All right. Oh my God. I gotta. Jeez. Look like a Lothario. Oh God. Folks, welcome in. Welcome into the stream. Folks, let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Do I sound good? I went out today and purchased a bunch of new stream equipment so it will like look nicer and it'll sound nicer. So let me know in the chat what we're hearing, what we're thinking. Does it sound good? Does it look good? I don't mean me. I know I look the way I look, okay? I mean the actual quality of the stream. Does that look good? There's not much I can do about this. I mean the actual quality of the stream. Let me know. Let me know if this soundboard, let me know if that's working. We're good? Okay, folks. Sorry, I just woke up. The stream would have started sooner. I wanted to make coffee, but then I don't have any fucking coffee. So I had to like go on DoorDash and order shit. So I'm waiting for it. So like halfway through the stream, some dude's going to show up. Some Indian dude's going to show up and bring me like a Red Bull so I can actually do this. But folks, welcome into the stream. What are people saying? Let's see. Yes, it sounds great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, folks, welcome in. Lots to talk about today. Lots of big news. Welcome to the weekend stream. Be sure, again, to like, subscribe, hit the bell. I mean, come on. Do I got to do this whole spiel with you? Come on. Come on. Okay. Folks, let's get into the conversation. Unlike yesterday, I think I'm prepared for this now because now I have a dual monitor setup. Now I can actually, we can get into actual conversation. Let me open up, because what's the narrative without the number one spot for the narrative? Folks, let's take a look. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We can look at fucking Twitter while on stream, folks. Let's go. Folks, lots to talk about today. Let me open up. I have a bunch of notes and shit that I wanted to open up. You know what? We'll get into the main story in a second. We'll get there in a second. I want to start with, where was it? I'm pretty sure I saved it. The first thing I wanted to get into was this stupid, oh yeah, Tucker Gate. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. All right, don't freeze up on me now. Come on. Bro. Are we so for real right now? Come on. There we go. Okay. First thing I wanted to get into, this fucking guy. Oh my God. Shabbos Kestenbaum. Anytime Shabbos Kestenbaum tweets, an angel loses its wings. Listen, I try not to be a hateful guy, contrary to popular belief. I don't consider myself somebody who possesses like a genuine hatred for others. I try to be graceful towards others. I try to be nice to others, etc., etc. That I can't extend that to Shabbos Kestenbaum. I really can't. I mean, everything about Shabbos Kestenbaum, like, how can I word this properly? Shabbos Kestenbaum, in World War II, there were propagandists in Germany who could only fathom from the deepest hatred of their heart an ounce of the kind of stereotype and horrific sniveling persona that is Shabbos Kestenbaum. Shabbos Kestenbaum, if you showed Shabbos Kestenbaum as like a photo to anybody from the ADL, you would be censored for anti-Semitic hate speech. And yet, this is an individual who just exists, okay? And so, every single time he speaks, it is infuriating. Not from a standpoint of like, oh, I'm so angry about his intellect and wit. He's just so profoundly annoying. Oh, dark mode? Oh, you people are so... Yeah, all right, hold on. Yeah, I like light mode. What can I say? Hold on. Yeah, you guys want this, right? Okay. There we go. Oh, no, that's for after. Where did I put? Where was it? I was deep in thought about my hatred of Shabbos Kestenbaum. People interrupted me. Okay, let me get back to that. So Shabbos Kestenbaum, for those who don't know, actually, let me be clear. For those who don't know, Shabbos Kestenbaum, he's the Jew who sued Harvard, which, by the way, I was actually thinking about doing a video on, hold on, let me actually switch to this to really get into it. Okay, hold on. So Shabbos Kestenbaum, right? This is hilarious. So Shabbos Kestenbaum, Jew, Democrat, let me note, for several years, he was in favor of Clinton. He was on the Biden campaign. Like, this is a Jewish Democrat if there ever was one. Okay. Now, October 7th happens. That whole thing, you remember that? October 7th, that whole day. Not going to get into that further for guidelines or whatever. October 7th happens, okay? This guy, overnight, decides, you know what? I've been wrong about my politics. The Democrat Party, I was wrong about it. I'm actually an avowed Republican now. The guy goes at the Republican National Convention, does a whole speech about how great the Republican Party is, sues Harvard. Let me note that for a second. Sues Harvard. This is where he gets his start, is he magically becomes a Republican and he sues Harvard University, where he was attending, for infringing on his civil rights. Now, again, do you guys know why he said they were infringing on his civil rights? It's because there were pro-Palestine protests at Harvard. If you remember, they had all those protests and people were, protesting in favor of Palestine. Typical university stuff. Like, this was not a fucking gathering, okay? This was not Charlottesville. This was Harvard University. Like, the most liberal, pro-Palestine protests, you can think of. Like, Greta Thunberg type shit, okay? Super simple. And yet, he feels the fact that those protests are happening in his sphere, that's an infringement on his civil rights. And so he does the most Jewish thing ever. He sues Harvard. He doesn't win, by the way. He does it for publicity, and then he takes a settlement of an undisclosed amount of money. He does it. He joins the Republican Party, gets a job at PragerU the same day. And now he's all over X, just insisting that he is the GOP's top fucking guy. And that is his origin story. I want everyone to note that. That is his origin story. And so this guy is the pinnacle. If there was ever a great example of the Jewish experience in America, it's Shabbos Kestenbaum. Be born into immeasurable wealth that your parents stole from the American economy. Be politically liberal because you're, again, a coastal Zionist Jew. Democrat Party doesn't do everything you want in relation to Israel. Magically become Republican, instantly get a job in Republican media. Instantly. Not because you've proven yourself as a political analyst, not because you've proven yourself as a political commentator, solely because you are a Jewish individual who has become Republican. That is the story of Shabbos Kestenbaum. That's him. Okay? Fuck this guy. This guy is so... I hate this guy. Anyways, we've actually DM'd before. I wish I could show it. I don't do that, though. He DM'd me when I first blew up. You want to talk about how Jewish this guy is? He DMs me, okay? Midnight on a weekday, he DMs me and he's like, you're a terrible, terrible anti-Semite. And, oh my God, what is this girl texting me? This girl, oh my God, hold on, sorry. It's my assistant. Bruh. Dumbass. Okay, anyways. Okay, so Like, he's just, I hate him. I hate him. I'm rambling too much about Shabbos Kestenbaum and how much I hate him. But anyways, so the reason I say all of this is because Shabbos Kestenbaum, I've gone back and forth with him. He just sucks. Okay. Like, he just sucks. He's the worst. He's always doing stupid shit. Look at this. Last night, I debunked the myths around Israel, AIPAC, and Islam. God, I wonder, wow, this guy's debating about Israel. Surely his perspective isn't biased. Surely the perspective of one Shabbos Kestenbaum on Israel, surely that is an unbiased and objective analysis of Israel, right? Really, like, take one fucking look at this guy. Surely this is an individual who would speak about Israel in an objective capacity and wonder and ponder its political position within America. Surely, right? There's clearly no ulterior motive here. Fuck this guy. I hate this guy. Anyways, you know what? No, I gotta, bro. I need to stop because if I could just keep going, I don't like this fucking guy. Anyways, okay. The reason I say all this is because he puts out this stupid fucking tweet, this coal-ass tweet about Tucker Carlson. So, Tucker Carlson, I don't know if you guys saw, he did a clip. I'm not going to watch the whole fucking clip, but he did a whole clip where he talked about how he thinks the CIA is watching him, which, let me be honest, I don't fucking buy that. Can we be honest? Like, I don't fucking buy that. Like, really? Really? The CIA is watching Tucker Carlson? Like, dog. Like, I like Tucker, but, like, his dad was, like, CIA royalty. What, now they're suddenly surveying him? Like, dog, that's your group chat. Like, he's saying, oh, the CIA is reading my text. Yeah, because you're texting them. What the? Like, yeah, they're reading your text because you're in a group chat with them, dog. Like, and I like Tucker, don't get me wrong. Like, I think he's great. But, like, come on. Like, really, really think the CIA is watching you now? But when you went to fucking Russia and interviewed Vladimir Putin, oh, the CIA, come on. Like, Tucker Carlson, come on. Anyways, this lit up a conversation where people are like, oh, well, Tucker Carlson, he's a foreign asset. Which is like, first off, all right. There's a fucking fine line here between being a foreign asset and being like a pariah actor. Like, no, he owns a media company. Like, no, Tucker Carlson is not fucking helping the IRGC against America, and they're going to take Tucker Carlson and put him on trial at the Hague for fucking treason against the United States. That's ridiculous. And yet, this is the narrative that all these people are pushing. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them. Shabbos Kestenbaum, Captain Freemer, Misfit Patriot, all these assholes, okay? All of these paid MAGA assholes. And Shabbos Kestenbaum, no different, tweets out. And so, like, let me just read this for you guys. It's so annoying. Hold on. Let me just, like, everything he says is just so annoying. On January 17th, I called a friend of mine at the White House to express concerns about Tucker Carlson visiting the Oval Office. God, I wonder why you had concerns. I fucking wonder why you had concerns about Tucker Carlson in the Oval Office. Does it have to do with his immigration policy? Does it have to do with Tucker Carlson's tax policy? I wonder why Shabbos Kestenbaum didn't like the idea of Tucker Carlson being close to politics. I fucking wonder. She answered rather cryptically, just trust the plan, Yingala. Little did I know the plan meant we know Tucker is speaking to the Iranians, so we're using him as a useful Shabbos Goyim to bait the Ayatollah and kill off the IRGC leadership. Oh, and then we'll arrest him for espionage when this is over. Trump remains undefeated. Oi Gewalt. Shut the fuck off, bro. Like, he's not even funny. That's the worst part. Okay, hold on. Like, let me note something here. And I mean this, okay? I really do. And I don't know, whoever, like, monitors my channel, especially after the Chabad video, please do so for me and listen to this carefully. The quality of pro-Israel propaganda has significantly dropped. Am I fucking alone in thinking that? Am I alone in thinking that? One's in the chat. I feel like when we were kids, like pro-Israel propaganda used to be funny. It was like literally Call of Duty. Like Modern Warfare, the game series, right, from Call of Duty, like that was effectively Israeli propaganda. It was war in the Middle East propaganda, okay? And like that was awesome. Like the propaganda for Israel used to be poignant. It was funny. It was good. And like, obviously it's not good in the sense of it's propaganda for Israel, but like there was some heart in it, okay? Like they were actually trying. This shit, are you kidding me? This is your fucking grand comedic, smart as a whip fucking political commentator is a guy literally called Shabbos Kestenbaum. Like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Can you like bring me Larry David? Bring me something good here. What the fuck is this? Okay. They have, honestly, is it like our fault? Did like the Goyim fall for it so hard that they're like, you know what? We're trying too hard. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe the Goyim, we've shown them that we're willing to consume slop. And so they've just like slashed the budget. I don't know. If anyone here fucking works at Hasbara or knows anybody in the Israeli agitprop office, please let me know. Fucking let them know what I'm saying. I'd love to see a bump in quality here because this shit is like, it's egregious enough that you're in my country, you're Jewish, and you're subverting my government for the interest of the state of Israel. That's already bad enough, but at least be funny about it. At least be like somewhat entertaining about it. Because we could deal with that, okay? We could have that conversation. This shit, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, we need to straighten up the Vrillium eye. What are you talking about, Vrillium? What do you mean? I don't have an icon corner in here. I have an icon, and I have a little candle, but I don't have an icon corner in here. But anyways, 1 second. Okay, great. Sorry. But anyways, that's our first story. But speaking of Zionist Jews in media, I wanted to take a look at a little clip that I think can introduce a very important topic. And really, we need to focus on what is said here because one of our favorite media figures gave the game away a little bit. So much so that I'm surprised this clip flew under the radar for so many people. And so I made sure to bookmark it because I was like, I know if this flies under the radar, no one's going to talk about it. Let me bookmark this. Let's talk about this clip. So folks, let's take a look at none other than our fucking, oh my God. Okay, I got to get better at that. Ben Shapiro. Oh, now see this right here. This is fucking quality.
You see an enormous
agitprop. Okay, this is quality fucking agitprop right here. Ben Shapiro, like, Ben Shapiro rides such a fine line because Shabbos Kestenbaum is too egregious, okay? His name is literally Shabbos, okay? That's one thing. Second, Ben Shapiro, he has legacy status. He's kind of funnier. Like, we can at least give him that. Ben Shapiro puts out this clip. Very important clip. Let me see if I can I full screen it? No, it's just his fucking face. It doesn't matter. Anyways, let's take a look at this clip, see what Ben Shapiro had to say. And also let me know in the chat if the audio is coming through on the clip because I'm still kind of working out this new system. So let me know.
Number of Iranians, millions, tens of millions of Iranians who hate the regime. The problem is they don't have the guns, which is why you saw these gigantic protests beginning in December and you saw 32,000 people shot in the streets. I know that we're supposed to forget about all that because opponents of the war, as we will get to, are very, very upset about a girls' school that got hit in the war. And then we're supposed to totally pretend that the Iranians don't slaughter innocent Iranians at the rate of tens of thousands the minute they pop their heads out of the ground. In any case, the Israelis have been pummeling IRGC stations in Iran's western regions, particularly the areas that border Azerbaijan and Iraq. Those happen to be areas that are largely comprised of Azeris and Kurds. Remember, Iran is actually less Persian than America is white. There are huge minority populations in...
All right, hold on. Lock in. What was that? Let's back it up. You guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Did you hear what he said? Let's back it up a little bit. What was that? What did he say? Back it up a little bit.
In any case, the Israelis have been pummeling IRGC stations in Iran's western regions, particularly the areas that border Azerbaijan and Iraq. Those happen to be areas that are largely comprised of Azeris and Kurds. Remember, Iran is actually less Persian than America is white.
Whoa. What's that? Can anyone, what's that? Let me ask the class here. Let me ask the chat here. What did he just say? Let's make an important fucking note here. What did he just say? This is the quote of the night. If there's anything to know, okay? I'm giving you guys a little history lesson here. That's the quote of the night. What did he say? He said that Iran is less Persian than America is white. What is he referring to? He's referring to, sorry, hold on a second. He's referring to the minorities, the ethnic minorities, religious minorities of Iran. Now you may be asking yourself, what the fuck, what does that matter? What the fuck is he talking about? Who gives a shit? Like, okay, there's ethnic minorities in Iran, so, big fucking deal, right? Who cares? But that is going to be basically the center of what I'm talking about tonight. That is the center of what I'm talking about tonight. And I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but this is profoundly important to a potential conflict with these fucking people. Now, he is correct. Iran is, well, actually, he's kind of wrong. Iran is 61%, I believe, Persian. The rest is split between minority groups, which, it is still majority Persian. And obviously, Iran still has a Persian culture. They speak Farsi, whatever, okay? But yes, they have a significant minority population, something that is well known by political analysts and has been known for a while. So what does that matter? It matters because within those minority populations, there are historically separatist groups that dislike the Iranian government and in many such cases want their own state, ruled by, governed by, litigated for their own minority groups. And this is important to note because all across the global war on terror, all across all these different conflicts in the Middle East, that has been strategy number fucking one of the United States, which by United States, you know what I mean, by Israel controlling the United States, by the Israeli-run military, that has been their number one priority. Their doctrine has been go for the minorities. And so, one, it is kind of funny, let me note, that Ben Shapiro is admitting on camera that there's a strategy here to utilize the grievances of minorities against the state. Just saying, it's kind of funny how on one hand, diversity is supposed to be our greatest strength, but when it comes wartime, now it's a military asset. Just saying, kind of weird to admit that publicly. Just saying. Anyways, the point is this. Iran, unlike America, Iran has, and many Middle Eastern countries the same way, Iran has historic minorities. A lot of countries have that. Let's note this. A lot of countries have what can kind of be referred to as historic minorities, meaning there's regions that fall within the modern borders of the state that hold like a minority community, a community that's just big enough to be recognized, not big enough or not recognized enough or whatever to have their own state and be considered their own country, their own national identity. Okay? And so we've worked with these people historically. And now maybe you've heard this part where someone mentioned it. Okay? Maybe someone has mentioned the minority status in Iran and the separatist groups, but who actually are they? Who are these minority groups? Where are they? What are their interests? That's what I want to break down tonight because these groups are about to become a lot more talked about and a lot more important. So let's break it down. We're going to start off. Oh, dude, this fucking, okay. Let me pull up a little map for you people. We're going to start this off. The number one thing we're hearing from political analysts understanding the region, the number one people we're hearing about is none other than everyone's favorite Everyone's favorite, the fucking Kurds. Oh. Kurdistan. Now, this is, if there's any like out of all the minority groups, there's basically 3 major minority groups that have a problem with the Iranian government. Okay? There's the Kurds, the Baloches, and the Arabs. Those are the 3 big ones, okay? Kurdistan is the biggest one, like bar none. And the reason that is because Kurdistan is kind of its own country. Now, what do I mean by that? This is the map. This is the flag of Kurdistan, okay? The Kurds are an ethnic group. So Kurds historically live in the Middle East. They're their own ethnic group. They're like a kind of Persiatic, weirdly Middle Eastern country group. Whatever. They're there. And the region that they live in, which is right here, this is known like for most of history as Kurdistan, the land of Kurds, okay? This is where they live, all right? Now, you might notice this isn't a country that's recognized on the map. So they don't have borders, kind of. And yet, when we look at this map here, as you can see, it cross-sections into several different countries. You see that? We have Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Turkey, Iran, Syria, Iraq. You see that? And it all goes through all these countries. This is because Kurdistan, as a nation, as a landmass, is split between these 4 countries. So when the Middle East was drawn up ages ago, Kurdistan wasn't considered. They didn't get a state. This is largely because the Kurds didn't help the Europeans against the Ottoman Empire, so they weren't considered in the whole breakup of the region. And yet they have their own land mass. And so the Kurds, they basically live in this region. They live in this little area, and they kind of have administrative sovereignty. What do I mean by that? The governments of these 4 countries, Syria, Iraq, Turkey, and Iran, they largely let the Kurds live. Granted, there's been beef with the governments, whatever. They let them have their own administrative zone. So if you're a Kurd and you live in Kurdistan, they can kind of travel between the borders pretty, not inhibited, and they kind of live there. But they have had, historically, beef with the governments. This is because there's lots of resources in Kurdistan, and it's a security risk. And so Kurdistan has never been given sovereignty. It's been talked about for fucking decades, but this is Kurdistan's status. It's this weird pseudo-nation. It's Schrodinger's country, okay? That's the best way to describe it. It's Schrodinger's country. And so, this is Kurdistan. This is everyone's favorite. Now, let me note something before we get into the political analysis surrounding Kurdistan. The Kurds, as a people, are Goyim. They're Goyim. Let me note this, okay? The Kurds are notoriously fucking stupid. Like, let me note that, okay? The Kurds, as a people, as a culture, as a whatever, they are notoriously dumb. Now, why do I say that? Because we have offered them now, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. This will be the 5th fucking time. The 5th time that we'll be offering these people autonomy in exchange for, hey, go fight, Israel's enemies for us. The 5th time. And every single time, these fucking idiots, they buy it. They buy it. Every time. Iraq, they bought it. Against ISIS, they bought it. Against fucking Kuwait, they bought it. Every single time we've told these people, hey guys, what's up? We're America. If you fight Israel's enemies for us, we're going to give you guys a country. And every single time the Kurds go, yes, absolutely. You know what, Uncle Sam? I like the cut of your jib. Let's do it. Inshallah, brother. Let's do it. We're gonna fucking get this one done. Every single time without fail. And every time they don't get their country and they go, man, this fucking United States, they lied to us. We ended up killing people for no reason. We didn't get a country. And then 5 years, 10 years, 20 years passes. We're at the door again and they fall for it all over again. Every single time. And so basically the Kurds, they're not very bright, okay? Kurds are kind of dumb, but they're very organized. Let's note this, okay? So the other groups that we're going to talk about, the other like resistance groups, insurgent groups, that's what they are. They're insurgent groups, meaning that they're like basically terrorist organizations, okay? So they're not like official, they're not armed, they're not recognized, whatever, okay? And if they are recognized, they're recognized as a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, Kurdistan, they have like a de facto military, like basically, okay? And so there are like several factions within the Kurdistan military and within their people that operate as proper like military groups fully. Like I actually, hold on one second. I'll pull up a photo. Give me 1 second. Where did I put? 1 second. It's let me get their name right. All these groups, there's so many of these groups. They all have the same fucking name. Yeah, the Free Life Party. That's their name. Yeah, the Kurdistan Free Life Party. Yeah, these guys. Okay. This is them, right? There's like all these groups have different names and different ideologies, but they're all part of the Kurdistan Armed Forces, okay? Let me pull up yeah, it's this one. Yeah, here we go. Okay. This is the Kurdistan Free Life Party, okay? So, if we were going to fund anybody and give guns to anybody, it's the comments, the Kurdistan People's Front versus the People's Front of Kurdistan. Exactly. And not only that, like, you'll have a situation where those two groups are killing each other. Like, there have been several situations in which the People's Front for Kurdistan will be armed and fighting the Kurdistan People's Front. And this has just been the Kurds for the last 50 fucking years. But anyways, this is the Kurdistan Free Life Party, okay? Militant group. We'd probably be arming them. Here's the thing, though, politically. You have to understand, arming the Kurds, historically, as a geopolitical strategy, okay? Arming the Kurds is the geopolitical equivalent of, like, shitting in your hand and throwing it at the enemy. And the reason I say that is because the Kurds, like I said, they're not very bright. They're not very smart. They do a lot of war crimes. Like, they're weirdly half recognized as terrorist organizations, half recognized as legitimate military allies. They're like kind of a mess. And again, not very bright. Like, a great example is when we were fighting ISIS. The Kurds was how we fought ISIS effectively. So ISIS was doing its thing, and we gave Kurds money and guns and whatever, and we were like, okay, go handle ISIS for us. And the problem was that we gave them all these guns, we gave them all this money, and then they very quickly splintered into all these different groups, and then like a quarter of them joined ISIS, and it was a whole fucking mess. These people are not very bright, okay? They're kind of stupid. But, like, if you give them guns and tell them to go shoot somebody, they'll do it. And they've proven that they'll do it. And they'll do it with, like, semi-effectiveness, okay? Which, because I've spoken about this in a video before, okay? You have to understand the goal with these fucking people, okay? The goal with the whole Iran situation, okay? Let me pull up a map here, and we can just have this up as I talk about it. Hold on. Let me like just put this on screen while I'm talking so that you guys can have a visual as to what's going on here. Hold on. So as I'm talking about this, here we go. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. This is our first topic is these assholes. Okay. So these guys, okay. Good old Kurdistan right here. There you go. There you go. Kurdistan's right there. Okay. Now, here's the thing, okay? You have to understand that the whole thing with Israel right now is we are watching the Yannan plan play out to its fullest extent. If you don't know what the Yannan plan is, okay, first off, like you should go watch my other videos because I've already talked about it. Two, I'm not going to recount the fucking full breadth and width of the Yannan plan. It's like really complicated, but it can basically be summed up as Israel wants all of its nearby enemies, all the nearby Arab and whatever countries, Muslim countries, they want them to be separated on ethnic and religious lines in order to make them weaker. Basically, they want all the countries surrounding Israel to be weak and destabilized, okay? That's the Annan plan. That's the Annan plan, through and through, okay? And so, the genius behind the Annan plan, and let me note, in saying genius, I'm not fucking endorsing it. I obviously don't like Israel fucking clearly, but I will admit it is like a genius play geopolitically, because the goal isn't to actually defeat and then take over all of the surrounding countries. That's not the goal. The goal is just to fuck them up. That's it. That's the goal. The goal is just to fuck them up. That's all it is. And so, like, the way by which Israel wins in this situation is not by rolling in tanks and like taking over Tehran and then taking fucking Netanyahu and putting him on the throne of the Persian emperor. No, it's not what they're looking to do. What they want to do is exactly what they did in Iraq, what they did in Syria, what they did in fucking Libya, in Egypt. All of this is just fuck things up. And Kurds, because like I said, not very bright, they're kind of stupid. Kurds are perfect for that. Because Kurds, you can just send them in, you give them a bunch of fucking AKs, you give them some AR-15s, you send them in and go, hey, Habibi, get after it, go fuck them up, and they'll do it. And they'll do it. And they have no fucking regard. They have no regard for how stable or safe or like coherent the state is afterwards. They'll just do it. They'll just do it. You can tell the Kurds, here's a fucking bomb. Here's like, $1 trillion worth of guns. Go fuck up Iran. And they'll just do it. And they'll do it. And like, they'll finish doing it. They'll make their home significantly worse, like significantly poorer, significantly disenfranchised, like just totally fuck everything up. And they won't even think twice. Like, these people are idiots. Like, they are literal monkey people. Okay. These people are fucking stupid. And that is like, they are the bread and butter of the Annan plan. We have armed the Kurds several times at this point. And like the commenter said, we've fucking armed the Kurds to a point wherein like we'll arm one group to fight another group of Kurds. Like we love giving them guns and money. This is just how it is. Okay. And so Ben Shapiro, the talking point he's using about minorities in Iran, it echoes everything that we did in Iraq. If anyone knows anybody who's served in Iraq, like on the ground, especially like in Fallujah, in whatever, in Baghdad, they'll be the first to tell you that like a lot of them fought alongside local groups, mostly Kurds. It was mostly Kurds that they fought alongside. So that's an important thing to note about the Kurds. And so also, I will say, you know what? I will say this. Let me give the Kurds a little bit of, let me give the devil his due here. There is potential for there to be a Kurdistan, because the prevailing argument for a super fucking long time was, okay, well, we want to give you a Kurdistan. Hey, thanks for fighting Iraq for us. Thanks for fighting Syria for us. We want to give you a Kurdistan, but Iran's in the way. Sorry, guys, we can't give you a Kurdistan. Sorry. Maybe next time. And so, like, if they get rid of Iran, there is the chance that a Kurdistan could form. But even then, as you can see here on the map, let's take a look at the map here. As you can see right here, most of it is in Turkey. So, like, the vast majority of Kurds are in Turkey. It's kind of split pretty evenly between Turkey and Iran, but Turkey has the most Kurds. Like, go ask Turks how they feel about Kurds. Like, most of them know one. Most of them have interacted with them. Like, Kurds are a significant part of Turkey's life, okay? And so the reason I say all of this is because, like, if anyone knows anything about the greater... You know what? Let me pull up another image for you guys. Hold on. This is also important. I'm giving, like, a whole fucking lecture here, dude. Hold on. Now, this is super important to note. Let me switch to I'll get better at this as time goes on, okay? Give me some grace here. Okay, Greater Israel. You guys have heard about this, right? Greater Israel. Okay, see this? Now, Greater Israel, it leaves, there is space for a Kurdistan. Do you see that? So you could have a Greater Israel and Kurdistan. You could have both, as you can see. There is enough space between, like, hold on, if I bring back, where was that image? If we go here, see, you see that right there? Let me actually copy that and put that in this scene. Let's overlay them, okay? You see that? So there's Greater Israel, there's Kurdistan. It kind of fits perfectly on top of it, okay? So you could have both, hypothetically, okay? It's not impossible. Now, will that happen? I don't know. The reason I say that is because, like I said, Kurdistan, mostly in Turkey. Israel's made it very clear that who's next on the chopping block? Who's next in the way of Middle Eastern politics? I'm asking the chat. Chat, let me know. Who's up next? If they take out Iran, who's next? Who's the next problem? Everyone, let me know in the chat. Let me know. They take out Iran, which obviously, if they take out Iran, they become like a superpower. I've already talked about this, but there still is another power in the region. Yeah, look at that. You guys aren't stupid. Look at that. I don't have like a clapping sound, but yes, Turkey would be the problem because Turkey plays this really fucking weird geopolitical game with Israel. Really, really weird. Anyone who knows anything about Middle Eastern politics, Turkey kind of in this weird limbo zone with Israel. And the reason I say that is because obviously all right, we're doing a little more fucking history here, okay, folks? Let's lock the fuck in. Let me know, chat. Am I going too fast? Is this interesting? My brain works very quickly on this stuff. I can slow down if you guys need me to make it more like goyim out. Let me know down below. Are we good? Is this entertaining? Okay. So let's note here, okay? So Turkey, right? Turkey's founded by this asshole, okay? Okay. Okay. So this fine gentleman, this is Ataturk, okay? Now, if you know anything about Ataturk, okay, good old Mustafa here. This is the fucking like George Washington of Turkey, okay? So someone said probably the greatest man of history. Shut the fuck. Bro, shut up. Okay, no, this is Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, okay? Now, who is this guy? What's his importance here, okay? So, fucking Ataturk, when the Ottoman Empire falls in World War I, which, if you ever played Battlefield 1, you know the Turks, that's that game, which that's my favorite shooter, and I definitely want to play it on stream soon. But Ottoman Empire, obviously, big empire, falls apart. Turkey, not in a good spot. Number one, there is no Turkey at this point because the Ottoman Empire falls apart. And the idea was, actually, I think there is a map of it. So it was supposed to be that like most of modern Turkey went to Greece, which would have been fucking based. Let me note that. Would have been fucking based. Like, I wish that's what happened. That would have been sick. But I digress. That's the Orthodox in me talking, okay? Forgive me. But basically, Ottoman Empire falls apart. They get cocked, whatever. World War I. Most of it's supposed to go to Greece. The rest is split between like England and all these different powers. And so this fucking guy, Ataturk, he comes out of nowhere. He's his political leader. And him, alongside a coalition of other people, they basically rally to have an independent Turkey. They fight like kind of a pseudo-revolution, whatever. Modern Turkey is born. Now, Ataturk's whole bit is Ataturk, he's not the first Turk in history to do this, but he is the most important. Ataturk is the most important Turk to ever want to be white. What do I mean by that? Ataturk's whole bit is he says, listen, the reason we got our asses handed to us in World War I is because we are backwards. It's because Turkey, we're backwards, we're Muslim, whatever. And that's his whole bit is he's like, we need to westernize. He says, Turkey, we need to accept that we need to become European. We're done with this fucking Eastern shit. We got our asses kicked in World War I. We lost all of our land. A lot of us died. We need to become Western. We're not going to be the Ottomans. We're not going to be the Sultans. We're not going to be fucking whatever. We're going to be Turkey, and we're going to be fucking part of Europe. And that's his bit. That's actually why, if you look at the Turkish language, actually, I'll pull this up. So he's actually the reason why. What the fuck? That's not what I meant to do. Hold on. So Ataturk is why the Turkish alphabet is in Latin. He's the reason why. So he basically introduced that. So that the old Turkish alphabet. I gotta get a fucking keyboard, bro. The old Turkish alphabet for like most of Turkey's. Well, okay, that's like the super old one. Hold on. That's like the really old one. Yeah, it was Arabic for a really long time. So in the Ottoman Empire, like Turkish documents were written in an Arabic font. They were written in Arabic script. Okay. So that was like Turkey's thing for a really long time. They were very, very like Eastern, very, Arab world adjacent for most of history. And so Ataturk, one, he's like, okay, our literacy rate is dog shit because, Arabic's really hard to read. And two, we need to Westernize, and the way we do that is we're going to change our alphabet to Latin. Why do I say all of this? Why am I giving you this random ass information? Because part of that bit of Westernizing is Ataturk says, okay, here's Israel. Israel exists now. It's been fucking made, and all the Muslim countries, they don't like Israel. So we, the enlightened Turks, we, the enlightened fucking not Muslim, whatever Turks, we're going to go be friends with Israel. We're going to be fucking part of NATO, and we're going to be friends with Israel, and we're going to be a based and fucking secular pilled European country, not like these dirty savages, okay? That's his bit. And so an alliance forms. Turkey and Israel become friends. And that goes for a long time. And they're like, cool, for a long time. Here's the thing. In recent years, here we go. Here we fucking go. That relationship was like really solid. They were part of NATO, whatever, until this fucking guy. Oh my God, bro. Fucking Erdogan. This is an important guy to know, okay? Erdogan, this asshole. Now, who is Erdogan? Who is this handsome? Oh my God, he looks crazy. Who is this guy? Okay, who the fuck is Erdogan? Erdogan is if someone's Turkish uncle was handed complete power of the country. That's Erdogan. Okay, Erdogan is like a pseudo-Islamist. He's like a very he's an Ottomanist. He's a neo-Ottomanist. That's what people have called him. So Erdogan, he steps up. Like, Turkey was basically revolving through all these different liberal governments, and it was a shithole because Turkey's a shithole. It's run by Turks. What do you want me to do? It is what it is, okay? Whatever. Turkey's shit. Basically, Erdogan comes up and he goes, hey guys, I know that Turkey like fucking sucks to live here, and we all don't want to live here. Maybe the reason Turkey's not doing bad is because we're not Muslim enough. And all like the city dwelling Turks, like in Istanbul and Ankara, they're like, no, that's stupid. What the fuck are you talking about? But of course, all like the Turks living in the backwater, like living in like the Asian part of Turkey who are devout Muslims, they were like, dude, fuck yes. Fuck yes, Erdogan, you are absolutely right. This country sucks because we're not Muslim enough. Fuck yeah. And they rally behind Erdogan, and he fucking takes the election, and he's been leader for, how long has Erdogan even been he's been in office for a while. Hold on. When did Erdogan when did he come to power? 2014. Holy shit. Oh, but he was prime minister in 2003. Yeah, he's talk about a fucking Islamist president, dude. This fucking guy, he basically comes up and he's like, guys, we're going to redo the Ottoman Empire. It's going to be sick. It's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And so Erdogan takes power. And so Erdogan has been very hostile with Israel because he's like a pseudo-Islamist. Now, how actually Islamist Erdogan is, this has been debated. And the reason I say that is because some, maybe with more political credentials than I have argued that no, Erdogan, it's just a fucking marketing ploy. Because if you actually look at his track record, like the guy hasn't Islamized the country. The one big thing he did that brought on some international flack was he turned Hagia Sophia back into a mosque. So this one hits a little bit as an Orthodox Christian, hits the heart a little bit. But basically Hagia Sophia, that's a whole history. You guys have to know that. I'm not going to fucking explain that to you. But it was a museum. So Ataturk, he does his thing. He turns Hagia Sophia into a museum. He basically says, okay, we want to be this new European country. We want to join Europe. But if we have this fucking gigantic monument to us, like dunking on and pillaging Europe, no one's going to like us. So we're going to make it a museum and then everybody can get along. And that was Turkey's position on Hagia Sophia for like decades. Erdogan, he comes in, he's like, actually, fuck that. We're Muslim again. Turkey, we're so fucking back. We're Muslim. Turns Hagia Sophia back into a mosque. That was a big deal. But beyond that, the guy hasn't done anything like very Islamic. He has not done anything Islamic in the fucking government, like at all, okay? And so he kind of plays this like character of being an Islamist. Like he's like, oh, I'm an Islamist, and oh, I'm not going to shut down communication with Syria, and I'm not, like he does this whole routine. How real it is, I do not know. Granted, I don't think anyone knows other than Erdogan, but this is his political line as he has put it out in geopolitics. Now, the reason I say all this is because he has started to become a little bit adversarial with Israel. He doesn't like Israel, at least in like a public standpoint. And inversely, Israel has become kind of publicly against Turkey. And so why is that important? Because if fucking Botswana doesn't like Israel, who gives a fuck, right? Like who cares? Even if a country bordering Israel, like, I don't know, who else is bordering Israel? Like if the fucking new Syrian government was like, oh, we don't like Israel, who gives a shit, right? Like they don't actually threaten the state of Israel. Turkey, hold on. Let me pull up a graph for you guys. No, not historically. I mean now, dumbass. Are they hold on 1 second. One second. Okay, here we go. Okay, I can't find a graph for it, but just trust my word, okay? So Turkey's fucking, it's my little trash can. Turkey's fucking military is like not significantly, but it is stronger than Israel's because Turkey's part of NATO, and so they have NATO weapons, like they have fighter jets, they have bombers, like they have NATO weaponry, both from the Cold War and now because we have armed them recently. So Turkey is a fighting force that like could take on Israel in a meaningful way. Like there is a reason why Turkey is surrounded by countries that fucking hate it and none of them have done anything, is because Turkey has a really strong military because of its role in NATO. So they're like armed to the fucking teeth in Turkey, okay? So yeah, I have people in the comments, okay, yeah, I know NATO doesn't, I get that, but like they have weapons. That's the point, is they have people and they have weapons. And so like Iran and Israel are equal level militarily. Some could argue that Israel's better at one thing, Iran's better at another thing, okay? Some have said, oh, well, Israel has better air power, but Iran has better missiles. They're pretty much equal, okay? Turkey is like a couple levels above Israel. So there is like a meaningful war is there. But if Israel wants to achieve these like fucking political goals, Turkey does there is a bit of a fucking chance that Turkey could stand in the way. I'm not doubting that. Am I going to sit here and fucking like ramble on about what if Turkey decided to randomly fucking become super hostile with Israel? No, because that's a waste of time. But it is important to note, who is Turkey's biggest domestic enemy? What is the one group that Turkey has a lot of beef with? It's the fucking Kurds. It's the fucking Kurds. And yet again, it is the fucking Kurds. The Kurdish, like, fucking insurgent groups and Turkey have a lot of beef. Obviously, the Kurds, like, aren't cool with any of the governments that they live in, but Turkey especially, they don't fucking like Turkey. And so there's been beef between those two. And so it would make sense, this argument that, okay, maybe this time they'll actually get a fucking Kurdistan, but I don't know. I don't know. If I was Kurdish, well, number one, if I was Kurdish, I'd be an idiot. So I wouldn't know how to do any of this stuff. But if I was somehow Kurdish and also had the level of IQ that I have currently, as a white American, I would be like, yeah, we shouldn't trust America because they fucked us over like 80 billion times. But that's a conversation for another day. Now, let us continue on with our people here. Also, hold on one second. Sorry about that, team. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, dude, the fucking DoorDash. Yeah, dude, don't get me started on DoorDash, okay? I live in an area where, like, no, I can't. If I start talking about DoorDash in 2026, I will get banned, okay? Because that's a conversation that will get racial very fucking quickly. Like, let's be honest, okay? If I started talking about DoorDash, it would get very racial very fast. I don't want to do that. Just being honest. Anyways, okay. What's going on? What's going on in the chat real quick before we get to our next guys? Let's see. Durpreet waits for no one. That's so fucking real. Okay, anyways. DoorDash American. Wait, I'm screenshotting that. Hold on. DoorDash American. That's fucking... I'm going to tweet that. Hold on. I'm going to tweet that. That's fucking funny. Wait a minute. Hold on, chat. Well, you know what? You guys can help me craft a banger tweet. Hold on. That's really fucking funny. All right. What do I tweet here? Here we go. All right, that's good. That's solid. All right, that's solid. Okay. That's a good one. Oh, whoops, that's the stream. Hold on. Where's OBS? Here we go. Okay. Now, motherfucker. Okay, here we go. All right. Who's up next? Okay. Now, that's the Kurds. If there's anybody we're going to be arming in like a significant capacity, it would be the Kurds. Okay. But let it be known, Kurds, like, you can get them to fight for us, but their geopolitical aims are a little bit contentious because we are obviously allies with Turkey. Oh, I got a super chat. What the fuck? I'm a married father of 3 children, and we homeschool. Your videos on Chabad in Israel, now part of the curriculum for social studies. God bless and keep you, my brother in Christ. Oh, thank you. You know, God bless, and God bless your family. God bless your family, bro. Absolutely. Are they like, how old are they? Because I am certainly not kids content. So maybe like, you know what I mean? Like maybe, are they like high school age? I think my stuff works for being like high school age. If they're like little kids, maybe like censor it first. I'm definitely not, I'm not a kids content creator, but no, God bless. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like you definitely, no. Like Chabad is definitely a topic that people are going to expand upon. Let me give you guys a little teaser right now. Hold on. Tomorrow's video, which I need to film, and I'm going to like wake up tomorrow at like 4:00 in the morning and film it because that's my production schedule. I'm doing the Goyim's guide, or maybe the Gentiles guide to the Talmud. So I'm going to do like a little kind of like the Chabad video, but about the Talmud and about the history of it. That's my next video. So definitely lock in. That'll be an interesting one. You know, God willing, say a prayer for me that it does well, because the Chabad video did really well. But say a prayer for me on that one. But that's the next video. I'm gonna talk about the Talmud and talk about the history, because people have talked about the Talmud and have said like, oh, fucking, it says all this crazy stuff and yada yada, but no one's actually like talked about it. And here's the thing you got to understand, okay? You have to understand this, okay? There is a reason why the Shabbos Kestenbaums, the Ben Shapiros of the world, there's a reason why they're lawyers, okay? It's because they're really good at arguing. So, like, it's not uncommon for them to, unless you have your fucking ducks in a row, all your cards in order, and you come to them with the argument airtight, they'll get under you. They'll get around you. Because what happens? People go, they see the Talmud, they go on like Sefaria.org, okay, and they see like a line from the Talmud, and they go, hey, Ben Shapiro, look, this is all fucked up. What do you have to say for yourself? And then these fucking, what do? These Zionist Jews, they go, oh, well, actually, that's that. Like, you know what fucking Ben Shapiro tried to argue? He tried to argue that Jesus in the Talmud, that they're referring to a different guy. That was his argument. He's like, actually, Goyim, that's, Jesus, no, that's referring, no, that's referring to another guy. There was another guy in the region at the same time named Jesus, whose mom was also named Mary. It was not, no, Goyim, you haven't mistaken, Goyim. I'm sorry. I understand the confusion, Goyim. Nope, don't worry. That's actually, we're not talking about your Jesus. We love your Jesus. Judeo-Christian, please give us your money and your small children, you know? And he tried to argue that. And the thing is, unless you can come at these people with like armed with solid knowledge, they'll argue around you. So you need to have the fucking facts straight, okay? And so I'm going to make a video on the Talmud because people don't understand the Talmud. And so they open it and they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, they don't get it. Or they think it's like the Bible and they think it's like you can quote scripture. It's not how it works. It's its own thing. So yeah, don't get me wrong. Let me fucking note, I'm not about to make a video justifying the Talmud. The Talmud's bad. It's really, really bad. It's a lot worse than you think it is. And the video is going to demonstrate that. It's like significantly worse than what you think it is, okay? But we need to be accurate in our fucking disdain for people, okay? Let's be clear on that, okay? I made a clip about this before, back on my Instagram, was still performing well, was that we need to strive to be educated in our prejudice, okay, folks? We need to strive for us to be educated. We shouldn't be racist. We should strive to be xenophobic. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, like, to just hate somebody on the basis of them being Jewish or the basis of them being black or whatever, that's bad, okay? That's ignorant. It's stupid. It's low class. It's not good. Now, to hate somebody because you understand their culture, because you're educated on them, now that's based. That's fucking smart, okay? That is high IQ Gentile behavior, okay? Because right now, we live in a world where there's 3 groups of people. A lot of people think that there's 2 groups of people. There's not. There's 3. There's obviously Jews, then there's Goyim, and then there's Gentiles. Okay? That's the three groups of people. Okay? Obviously, we're not Jewish. I don't think anyone here is Jewish, except for maybe someone monitoring me. Okay? Now, we don't want to be Goyim. We shouldn't aspire to be Goyim. We should aspire to be Gentiles. Okay? Gentiles. This is what's important. I'll give a great example. Henry Ford. Okay? That's a Gentile. Henry Ford is a Gentile, okay? That is a Gentile. Inversely, someone like Kevin Smith, Larry the Cable Guy, that's a Goyim, okay? Understand the difference. There's Gentiles and there's Goyim, okay? We don't want to be Goyim. We want to be Gentiles. We want to be educated. We want to be smart. We want to know what we're talking about. Be a Gentile, because Gentiles are a threat. Goyim, they're the Goyim. They're the Goyim. Who gives a fuck about the Goyim? You know, like if you're a Goyim, who gives a fuck? They don't care. They don't care about that shit. Oh, this fucking Goyim. They don't give a fuck. Okay? Epstein, you saw how he was tweeting Goyim in abundance. There's an abundance of Goyims. They don't give a fuck about the Goyim. But the Gentiles, now the Gentiles, they are worried about. So be a Gentile. Don't be a Goy. Okay? Let's lock in on that. Anyways, so exactly. Reject casual racism, embrace competitive racism. I completely agree. So this is the current state of the play. Now, let's get back to the actual topic at hand. 1 second. Let me go back to here. Okay. So our next group is important, but not as important as the Kurds, but should be known. This is Balochistan, folks. Here we go. So let's take a look. So obviously the Kurds, I can use an actual map here. Okay. So the Kurds, they're up here. Okay. This is the Kurds right here. This little region. Okay. The other ethnic separatist group that needs to be noted is down here, farther into the Persian Gulf. This is Balochistan. Okay. Now, who are the Baloch people? That's a great question, because I don't even think the Baloch people know who the Baloch people are. These are Baloches, okay? As you can see, phenotypically, Indian. They look very Pakistani, Afghan, like they're of that substrate, okay? So Kurds, let me actually get a photo of what Kurds look like. So Kurds, they kind of look like Arabs, okay? Kurds, they look like Arabs, or honestly, maybe even like Turks. Like, these are what Kurds look like, okay? They live up north, okay? These are Baloches, okay? They're from India, basically. Culturally speaking, they're basically like Pakistani, Afghan, basically. Like, their culture's not that different. Here's what needs to be noted, though, about both the Baloches and... Nope, not where I meant to go. Both the Baloches and the Kurds is that Balochistan, which, let me note, the separatist group that's in Balochistan that wants an independent Balochistan, that's a terrorist organization. So, okay? So let me note that, okay? So, like I said before, the fucking the Kurdish group, that's an actual government. That is an actual, like, they are an actual armed force. Meanwhile, the Balochistan people, that's a fucking terrorist organization. Like, and actually, we recognize them as a terrorist organization. So their main group is called Jaish al-Adl, which is an Arabic name, if that fucking tells you anything about them. It's an Islamist group. Let me pull them up. Hold on. So these fucking guys, hold on. Okay, so this is the Balochistan group, okay? This is them. So they're a Sunni Islamist, like true to form. When you think of like a terrorist organization, you're thinking of these guys. Like, these are a true to form fucking balaclava, AK-47, suicide vest, like proper cream of the crop fucking terrorist organization, okay? This is them, okay? And so we have worked with them before, in the sense of, like, we've worked with them under the table, okay? And it would be the same thing here. We would work with them under the table. I will admit their flag is kind of fucking cool. That is kind of a sick flag. Let's be honest, okay? Also, what the fuck? Opposed by New Zealand? What the bro? What bro, you're not on the team. What are you talking about? New Zealand? Dog, you are not on the team. What the fuck? Why is New Zealand here? Okay, anyways. Yeah, as you can see, like they're allied with ISIS. Like they are not. This is not a nice day. This is not a nice group. Okay, these guys, they're kind of bad. They also, they fight with Afghanistan like significantly. And that's when we worked with them. So during Afghanistan, granted, this is not public. Hold on. So I try not to get conspiratorial on this channel because it's very easy to get conspiratorial and then you sound ridiculous. But like, while the government denies that we did it, it's all but obvious that we armed these people against the Taliban like ages ago. And that's how they formed. And so like when you think about the United States government, like the CIA shadily funding terrorist organizations, Jaish al-Adi, that's one of them. Okay. We did that. That's them. Okay. Can guarantee that New Zealand angle is a rabbit hole. Yo, maybe. Guys, hold on. Hold on. We might be living in a New Zealand occupied government. Don't underestimate the Kiwi. Oh my God. Someone said call Nick. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, totally. Let me just, how many viewers do I have? Let's see. Yeah, me and my 500 viewers. Yeah, let me call up Nick Fuentes. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, me and my 500 viewers in my fucking Chud stream. Me, a complete nobody. Let me personally call up Nick Fuentes, the largest conservative political streamer. Let me give him a quick call. Anyways. Man, you are almost totally wrong about Ataturk. Ataturk had no relationship with Israel. Dog, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Found the Turk, everybody. Hold on. Let's switch to display here. Hold on. I found the Turk, guys. I found the Turk. Fucking, can I pull this down here? Hold on. We found the Turk, ladies and gentlemen. We found the Turk right here. Dude, the Turk, like I have to admit, Turks go so fucking hard for Ataturk, dude. Like they go so hard for him. Like if you fuck with Ataturk, they will kill you. Like they are like, Ataturk was a saint. How dare you? You can't say that about Ataturk. He's like the fucking best. You're mad. You're Greek. You're a Kurd. We hate you. Like you're angry. You're Arab. Like they fucking love Ataturk. It's crazy. Anyways, point being, how long have I been live for? Should I do like a quick little like sponsorship break? I probably should. Okay. Before we continue on the Balochistan people, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick little. Hold on. Okay, folks. Before we get on here, I'll put the hat on because I need to use these books. Hold on. Okay, folks. Before we get into all that, okay, folks. As I said before, make sure you check out my book sponsor, Underground Cannon, folks. Underground Cannon, #1 in the world. Let me actually pull up their website for you guys to see. Have I not been on it on this browser? Hold on. Folks, Underground Cannon, your #1 fucking site. Okay, no, okay, here we go. Your #1 site. If you like banned, controversial, fucking, whatever type books, if you like books that you can't get at a bookstore, be sure to check out undergroundcanon.com. They have everything that a young, especially American patriotic man is looking for these days. They have everything from crazy banned books to fitness guides to fucking philosophy, religion. I mean, they're great. Underground Canon, like, if you want to get your books from a trusted source, from an independent source, from a good source with good books, get them from undergroundcanon.com. Make sure you use code VRILLIUM for, I think it's 5% off. your purchase, you get 5% off. They mostly use it to track whether or not people are purchasing from my ads, so you don't actually get that much of a discount, sorry. But be sure to do that, okay? Now that I've done my contractually obligated fucking shout out for Underground Canon, let's get back into... They do have Camp of the Saints. They do have it. They actually just put it in their catalog. So they just added a bunch of new books. Camp of the Saints is one, because that's being republished now by Valbon Books, which shout out to them. So, go there. Yeah, of course they don't. Yeah, they don't have the Turner Diaries because you can't just print that. You need to buy it. They're not a publisher. They're a retailer. So like you have to work out a deal. And the Turner Diaries is owned by whatever that company's called, Alliance Press or whatever. But they're great. Definitely check them out. They're great people. Anyways, let's get to these fucking guys. So Balochistan, okay? Balochistan is a great example of what I want to talk about here, especially, which is that, like I said, Balochistan, specifically Jaish al-Adl, like they are a Sunni militant group, and many of them like joined up with ISIS. So actual like political affiliation doesn't really matter to these people. See, Kurdistan, like the Kurdistan cities are cities that speak their own language. Like they are cities, they are proper polities, they have a government. Balochistan is like the fucking middle of nowhere. Like hold on. Like let me actually pull up. Like hold on. Like let me show you the capital city of Balochistan. Yeah, it's in Pakistan. Okay, so fucking let me get like a photo. Hold on. Yeah, all the photos of like, yeah, here we go. This is their fucking grand capital city, okay? This is the grand okay, this is their capital, okay? So this is Balochistan's grand capital here. So as you can see, the Baloch is not exactly like coming from a nice, like I'll give you a great example. It contrasts that with fucking Kurdistan's capital, yeah, Erbil, is like an actual city. Like they are an actual people, they have an actual government. Meanwhile, Balochistan, these are basically hill people, okay? Like these are not people who are really living the dream here, okay? So what is their interest? Like clearly they don't, it's not about state power. It's not like they have any fucking money to begin with. Like these are people who largely live in huts. So what is their concern? They don't like Iran because Iran is Shia. They don't like Iran because Iran is obviously a Shia government. They are like the fucking Shia republic, basically. And Iran is effectively the arbiters of Shiism across the board. So their beef with the Iranian government isn't that the Iranian government is stomping on their sovereignty or fucking whatever. It's the fact that Iran is Shia and they are Sunni. They are like radically Sunni. Iran is Shia. Now, I want to point this out because if you think about it, okay, the greatest war that has happened in the Middle East, the longest standing one, is the Sunni Shia split. Okay? A lot of people think Sunnis and Shias, it's like, I don't know, fucking, not even Catholic and Protestant. They think of it as like Baptist Protestants versus Anglican Protestants, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. Shia and Sunni, like multiple wars, genocides, like horrific things have been fought in the name of this beef. Okay? Sunni and Shia, very different things, very, very important to note. Now, Iran is obviously, like I said, Shia government, okay? Like, actually, you know what? Let me actually pull up. Hold on. let me put this on screen for you guys before we get into it. Hold on. This is so stupid. Hold on. Oh, is this on? Wait, no. Okay, wait, sorry, hold on. Let me replace this. Hold on. Okay. Now we're talking Shiism, baby. Yeah, look at this handsome fellow. Here we go. Okay. So, folks, we're going to get into Sunnism and Shiism, okay? So here we go. Now, who is this guy right here? Who is this guy, okay? That is none other than Ali, okay? That's Ali ibn Talib, okay? This is the first imam of Shiism. Now, who is Ali? What is Ali's importance? Okay. Ali was what is called in Islam a Sahaba, okay? Sahaba. What that basically means is one of the people who lived during Muhammad's life and was a companion of Muhammad. Now, Ali, specifically, he was like notably important. So there's Sahabas, right? And if you are part of the Sahaba, you're called a Sahabi, okay? There's like hundreds of them. Now, they vary in importance, okay? There are some who like would sometimes like eat dinner with Muhammad, and then there are ones who were like very important. Ali is arguably one of the most important, okay? This is because Ali is like somewhat related to Muhammad, like by blood, but more importantly, Ali married Muhammad's daughter. So Muhammad had a daughter. Hold on. Are they depicted together? Can you depict them together? I don't actually know. I try to be respectful as much as I can. Okay. So fucking Muhammad, okay, he marries Aisha. You might have heard this one. Aisha, you know, okay, he marries Aisha. They have a child together. Her name is Fatima. If you ever meet an Arab with the name Fatima, that's where it comes from, okay? They have Fatima together. Fatima marries Ali. This is important to note, okay? Ali Islam. Okay, this is fucking Ali, okay? Sometimes you'll see Ali represented as this because Sunnis believe that you shouldn't depict people at all. So Shias believe you shouldn't depict Muhammad, but everyone else is fair game, okay? Sunnis, they're like, no depictions at all. And actually, some Sunni groups are so fucking like demented with this belief. They're like, pictures of people in general should be banned. I'm not even going to get into all that. But this is Ali, okay? Ali started kind of Shiism. Now, what do I mean by that? So Muhammad, you know, everyone's favorite, Muhammad, okay? I'm sorry. Just having him on the fucking... It's so stupid. Okay. So, fucking Shia Sunni split. Let me lock in here, okay? So, is he not Aisha's daughter? Oh, wait, whose daughter was he? Oh, is Fatima the daughter? I'm sorry, correct? Okay, no. Fatima's the daughter of Khadijah, right? Am I wrong? It was Khadijah's daughter? Okay, my bad. All right, damn. All right, okay, damn, fuck. All right. Okay, first off, my name is William Sexton, okay? I'm a white American man. The fact that I even fucking know this, like, cut me some fucking slack, okay? This is more than the average person with my name and face, okay? Like, fucking relax, dude. Damn. Come on. Fuck. Relax, dude, okay? Damn. Anyways, people are so fucking picky. So, fucking Ali, okay? Basically, Muhammad, he's doing his thing. He's leading the Sahaba, whatever. He dies, okay? Under auspicious circumstances, he passes away, okay? No more Muhammad. Now, obviously, Muhammad, when he dies, he leaves behind none other than the fucking Rashidun Caliphate, folks. So, let me pull this up. Okay, here we go. This is a good map of this. Hold on. Okay, so Muhammad dies, right? And this is the map. So, as you can see, all the red, this is what Muhammad had conquered. So, this is a significant portion of land. Like, he basically, when he was alive, he set up a, whole state and a whole government, okay? So, it's not like other things where it was like, oh, he lived and then, passed away. No. Like, he was an important guy. And so, someone had to carry on his state. Someone had to carry it on. And so Ali, who was very beloved to Muhammad, Ali was like, oh, I'll do it. I'll take over. But all the other people, they were like, actually, Ali, that's going to be a hard fucking no. we're actually not going to let you take over the caliphate. We're going to give it to, it was Umar first, right? Hold on. Let me get my fucking, oh, no, it was Abu Bakr. Okay. So they give it to this guy. So Ali, fucking cousin of Muhammad, son-in-law of Muhammad, favorite warrior of Muhammad. Like, Muhammad loves Ali, but Ali, he's young, he's inexperienced, whatever. They fucking give the caliphate to Abu Bakr, okay? Abu Bakr, he's this guy. He's the father-in-law of Muhammad. Abu Bakr, see, now I know I had wrong. Abu Bakr was the fucking dad of Aisha. So Abu Bakr's kid was Aisha. So he's the father-in-law, okay? So he's older, and he's, this is an important guy. So he takes over. Ali, rightfully, he's kind of pissed. He's like, hey, that's fucked up. Like, I was Muhammad's top guy. he's like, I was Muhammad's top guy. What the fuck? Kind of not cool. But, oh my God, hold on.
Recorded by DoorDash and service providers for quality.
Hello?
Hello, Dog Bunch.
Oh, okay, great. I'll come outside right now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, folks, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're back. Folks, we're back. Salut. Salam, brothers. You want to know some bullshit? These motherfuckers forgot my sandwich. They forgot my, how do you forget that? I ordered 3 fucking things. I ordered this, okay? I ordered the Red Bull and a sandwich, okay? 3 things. They forgot the fucking sandwich. And no, he didn't eat it because it was a fucking Italian sub. And the guy's name was like, it was clearly a Muslim name. So either somebody's going to hell and some Muslim out here is going to hell, or these assholes forgot my fucking sandwich. So we're having a terrible time here. This fucking sucks, dude. But anyways, you guys ever had this shit? Yo, let me put you guys on game. This shit right here. Yeah, these fucking, I had okay, anyways. This shit, yo, this shit'll change your life, okay? I drink this like way too much. This is how whatever. It's great, dude. Oh, dude. Refreshing. I'm fucking refreshment mogging all of you assholes. Look at you people sitting at home like chuds, not refreshed, not hydrated. Here I am drinking Pedialyte. This is why they fucking hate on me, okay? Let me note. These Jews out here, okay? These MAGA shills out here, they are not nearly as hydrated as I am. And that's the core difference between me and them, okay? Anyways, so where was I? Ever heard of water? What? Water? Dude, get the fuck out of my chat. Yo, mods, ban this guy. Ban this fucking guy. Get this guy the fuck out of here. Just drink water. Get the fuck out of here. One of you like just drink water. Okay, what if I like you know what? I don't know YouTube's guidelines yet. I'm not going to respond to that. Anyways, what was I saying? Okay, right. Ali. This fucking guy. Okay, so Ali, he's doing his thing. Okay, great. Whatever. He gets passed over for leader, okay? This is not, people have tried to say that that's the big difference in Shiism and Sunnism. It's not. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, the Shias believe that Ali should have been the caliph first. Now, let me note, later on down the line, the Rashidun Caliphate, that's the first caliphate, he does become the leader later. So that's not the main thing. Anyone who tells you that the difference in Sunni and Shiism is whether or not Ali was made caliph first, that's not the huge difference, okay? It obviously is a difference. It's not the big one. The big one has to do with a whole other guy. Okay, so let me note, he becomes leader, whatever. Under Ali's leadership, things go to shit, okay? Rashidun Caliphate, it falls apart. This other random fucking guy, what's his name? Muawiyah, I think his name was. Who took over after Ali? Let me get the names right. No, I know that, but like, yeah, it was Muawiyah. Okay, so Muawiyah took over. That was a whole thing. Anyways. Why am I, hold on. Oh my God, bro. You guys are watching this sandwich drama unfold live. I feel so bad about this. I'm sorry. You know what? While I'm doing this, while I'm figuring out this sandwich drama, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, folks. This is on topic. You know what we're going to do? While I'm solving Sandwich Gate here. Where is it? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Where is it? What the fuck? You think it'd be easy to find? Hold on. No, that's way too short. I need like a proper. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Hold on. Where the fuck? Also, I hate when they restructure YouTube. What is this shit? I don't want to see this.
Thing for me, not understand each other's culture. That take.
Hold on.
Paul, who comes from where? A background from East Africa, and you'll find other speakers in the. Onus is on the speakers. Found, for example, when people would make fun of Bilal when have been able to spread.
Isn't this where it's from?
This one line, when George Floyd was.
Hold on, people in the chat who know what I'm talking about, they're gonna fucking love this. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? Hold on, I'm trying to find the. Can I actually, you know what? You know who might have it? X might have it. $20 says it's on Twitter. Hold on. No, not Shia LaBeouf. You fucking. God. Why are Muslims so bad at posting on YouTube? I swear. If anyone here's a Muslim, go fucking consult your brothers on how to post on YouTube.
This one line.
Okay, here we're gonna watch an important Shia, very important Shia sermon.
This one line, when George Floyd was killed, the knee was on his neck. He called out, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Human beings around the world broke down. Why? Because when we imagine it, we think that this person had a knee on his neck. And for minutes, for minutes after minutes after minutes after minutes, 8 minutes, he's calling out, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. How about when for over an hour you call out, I am thirsty, I am thirsty, is there anyone to quench my thirst? George Floyd had one knee on his neck and it hurt him. He was not able to recover. I ask all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, a knee on the neck, a knee on the chest, a knee on the feet.
Okay, all right, enough of that. Hold on, and then let's round it out. Let's round it out with the classic. You gotta have the Shia rave. Okay, why am I showing you these insane images? Shiism is a little wacky. That's basically the point I'm trying to get at here. Is Shiism? It's a little wacky. So, what is this guy singing about? What is he fucking yelling about? Who is Hussein? What the fuck's going on here? Let me explain. So, basically, okay, dude, I gotta take this off. I'm gonna keep laughing. Okay, okay. So who is Hussein? Let me pull up actually a photo of him. That's probably important to have. No, not Saddam Hussein. That is who Saddam Hussein is named after, but yeah, Hussein ibn Ali. Do we have photos of him? Do they depict him? I actually don't know. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, basically, fucking Hussein, okay? Hussein is this guy. He is Ali's son. So Ali and Fatima, they have a kid together. Or two kids together, actually. They have Hussein and Hassan. So Hussein, he is like, basically, the caliphate falls apart. It goes to the guy Muawiyah, okay? Muawiyah, he takes over the caliphate. That's the Abbasid. Don't quote me on that. Point being, he takes over the caliphate. Some people aren't happy. The now growing faction of Shias, who are supporters of Ali, they're not happy. Ali, he dies. He's gone. Now, who's left to carry on the great legacy of Mr. Ali here? His son, Hussein, who, let me note, Hussein, by virtue of his mom, Fatima, he is the grandson of Muhammad. So that's an important thing to note. To be related to Muhammad, to be what's called a Hashemite, that's an important thing to be, okay? Like, to this day, there are people in the Middle East who claim to be Hashimis, who claim to be descended from Muhammad. Actually, you know what? Let me fucking pull them up. They aren't Shia, these guys, but the reason why, the actual official name of the country of Jordan, if you know the country of Jordan next to Israel, the official name is the Hashemite Kingdom. That's because they are descended from Muhammad, apparently. I don't know if I believe it. Because take a look at these fucking people, okay? Hold on one second. Let me open image in new tab. Are they really? 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 These are Muhammad's descendants. Do we really fucking buy that? Really? Really, guys? Like, is this really? I don't know. I live in New Jersey. Okay, this guy served me fucking rigatoni al vodka like 2 days ago at the pizza shop. Don't fucking play. Like these are not Arabs, dude. Like, get the fuck. Oh, where's the king? Yeah, like, dude. Come on. This guy is this is Muhammad's grandson, really? This guy was on the background of Sopranos. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, basically, Jordanian royal family, they are Hashemites, which means that they at least claim to be descended from Muhammad. So, to be a Hashimi is a big fucking deal. Mr. fucking Hussein here, not only is he a Hashimi, he's like literally Muhammad's grandson. So he's a big fucking deal. And so if anybody has the authority, the mandate to challenge the ruler of the caliphate, Muawiyah at the time, it's fucking Hussein, okay? So Hussein, he kind of rallies up a group of supporters, okay? Now, at this time, the fucking caliphate changes hands to a guy named Yazid. Yazid, okay? Let's keep Yazid in mind here. Yazid... Dude, I'm sorry. This is just Middle Eastern politics. What do you want from me? Fucking Yazid, he is Muawiyah's son, okay? Yazid, he becomes caliph, okay? Now, Yazid, important to note, he's like an asshole. Like, Yazid is objectively not a good guy. Even Sunnis don't like Yazid. Yazid was like a drunk. He was a philanderer. He cheated on his wife. He was a fornicator. He was not a good guy, okay? So Yazid, he's a bad dude. Fucking Hussein, who is Muhammad's grandson, he's a very pious Muslim. He shows up and he's like, Yazid, fuck you. I'm a pious Muslim. You're an asshole. You're not a Muslim. You're bullshit. Fuck your caliphate. I'm taking over. Suck my dick. And that's Hussein, okay? Now, Yazid responds to this not very positively. And he's like, so we're actually going to kill you. Because we don't want you to be caliph. I like being caliph. I like having all this money. So we're going to fucking siege where you're living, and we're going to kill you and your whole family. So try that one on for size, Hussein. Basically, they have this big battle in a place called Karbala in Iraq. So modern day Iraq, there's a city called Karbala. This is where that battle happens. And Hussein is killed. He is, let me note, martyred. That's the big note, okay? Martyred. So Hussein is like the central fucking figure for the divide between Sunni and Shia, because this is where the Sunni world and the Shia world officially break up completely. So before Hussein, Shias were just like a political faction. They just like had a political belief in, we think Ali should be leader. When Hussein dies, Shiism and Sunnism become two different things. And the Shias adopt this line of thinking of Sunnis are heretics, fuck them, they're bullshit, they killed our guy, fuck you, we don't like you. And that's the divide, okay? Now, let me note, on the inverse, the Sunnis look at the Shias and go, fuck you, you're idolaters because you guys make paintings of Ali and stuff like that, and you like listen to the wisdoms and words of Ali and Ali's kids and whatever. So fuck you. You guys are idolaters. We don't like you either. And so this is the divide between Sunni and Shia. And I'm not going to get into the fucking specifics here about what each of them believe. They believe like 90% of the same things, but there's a huge fucking divide between them. And so really, if you think about it, this is the final sectarian war in the Middle East. And the Yannan plan, as I said before, because Israel wants to destabilize all of its neighbors, the number one thing they have utilized for the last fucking 75 years, basically. Well, actually, no, the Yannan plan's from the 80s, so 40, 50 years, whatever, you know what I mean. The thing that they fucking used for a very, very long time was Sunni and Shia divide. And that has been their thing, because they can get people to fucking kill each other over that. And so Balochistan, that's a big deal. Also, the Kurds are Sunni. The Balochistanis the Baloches are Sunni. The Arab minority that also kind of has a militant group, they are Sunni. They're all Sunni. And Iran is Shia. That's a big fucking deal. And so, no, Bachi boys are an Afghan thing. That's a different country. That's from Afghanistan. So, why do I say all of this? I say all of this because as this war is heating up, because it's not slowing down, fucking clearly. Like, if you look at the words of Trump right now, if you look at the words of Israeli officials, if you look at the military actions, if you look at us putting boots on the ground, look at Hegseth, this thing is not slowing down. It's only getting faster. And it's very clear that we are about to enter into basically like a third Iraq war. Like, we're going to enter into a conflict that mirrors our conflict in Iraq to a T. But there's a bit of a difference. See, Iraq, we had a very similar playbook, an ideological government full of minorities that we took. We rallied up the minorities. We gave them guns. We took over, killed Saddam Hussein. That was the bit, okay? DoorDasher was a Shia. That's fucking... you guys are fucking funny. That's funny. The DoorDasher was Shia. So that is... Let me get back to the serious conversation, then we'll just like shoot the shit for the rest of the stream. So that is the fucking divide, okay? Now, we are basically leading up to another Iraq situation. And so it begs the question, though, will it be the same? My answer is no, because here's the thing. Iran, if we enter into an Iraq playbook against Iran, think of it as the Iraq war on like Retta, on like steroids, Retta. It's looks maxing. They're fucking bench pressing 400 pounds. They're 260 lean. Like, this is a big fucking, like, it's huge, okay? Because Iran has like 10 times the population, fucking 15 size the military, and it has all of the mountainous terrain and difficult climate and terrain and issues of a thing like Afghanistan. I said it in a video before that if there is to be an Iraq-style war with Iran, it's going to be the worst aspects of the Iraq war and the worst aspects of the Afghan war lumped into one. And so what that means for us is that a lot of American men are going to die. It is what it is. A lot are going to die. You just have to say it as it is. A lot are gonna die because it is a fucking difficult terrain. It's a difficult thing. And, in order to achieve Israel's goals, they're not going to be able to do it with their air power. You have to understand, Iran, a lot of these other countries, you can take them out via air power. You can just bomb them. Iraq, like all the main cities are in very flat regions. You can bomb them. Syria, you can bomb it. Okay. Iran, you know what? I'll pull up a topography. Hold on. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean about Iran. Okay, this is Iran. So let's take a look here at the topographical map, okay? This Arabian Peninsula, fucking like Iraq, you see that? This fucking monstrosity, that's Iran. So it's like how a map of America, you get out into like the plains, then all of a sudden the whole map just goes up like fucking 50 miles. That's Iran. Iran is a lot of mountains. It's a Caucasus country. It's not an Arab country. It's not a desert country. It's like Afghanistan. It's very mountainous, but it's huge. It's mountainous and it's full of people and they fucking hate us. And so it's going to be really, really hard to do. And another thing that has to be noted, as you can see, Iran, the Iranians are smart. People have to note, okay? The Iranian IQ is like, it's over 100. Like, they're smart people. Like if you look at history, who were the two big inventors of things? Europeans, the Romans, and the fucking Persians, the Sassanids. So, like, the Persians are clever people. They're smart people. These are not mountain-dwelling... They're not Balochistanis, okay? These are not mountain-dwelling peoples. Like, they are very clever, very smart. And so, what did they do? They fucking said, okay, we have all these gigantic-ass mountains. What if we just like dug into the mountain? Like we have all these mountains. What if, because our enemies, the only way that Israel is able to win wars is through bombing stuff. What if we take all the important stuff and put it in a mountain? And it works, and it fucking works. Because like, if you guys remember, earlier in the year, we bombed Isfahan. We bombed the nuclear site with the, where was it? The fucking, I can pull it up actually. This fucking guy, okay? The B-2 stealth bomber, you know, with the big bunker buster bombs. We bombed Isfahan, right? And we did that, and it did fuck up one of their mountain bases, but before they were able to bomb it, they had moved everything out. So it's like, it's hard to do it. You really can't, you can't just fucking bomb Iran and expect to win. It's not possible. So if they are going to pull off this Yannan plan, Iraq-style war, we're going to have to go invade them. And it's not going to be pretty. Because Iran, let me also note, huge military, well-trained military. Like, this is not Saddam's Iraq, okay? These are fucking highly trained guys, and they're trained by Russia, and like, it's not going to be good, basically. So, where's all the alien vril tech? Yeah, right. And actually, yeah, we went to war with Iraq because of Gilgamesh. Anyways, basically, to summarize, to finish up this little talk we're having, yeah, we're kind of fucked. Like, that's really the only way you can put it, man. Is we're kind of fucked. Like, these people are not. They're not playing. You should have some quiet lo-fi in the back. Oh, all right. Well, the problem. Actually, hold on. Can I do copyright free? The problem is I used like a 30-second clip of a song the other day, and it docked my monetization. Which, like, okay, yeah, obviously I do this for the love of the game, but like I have to pay rent. Okay, like I'm not that big yet. I need to pay rent. Should I put on the sheets? Should I put on the sheet rave? Copyright free patriotic music. Patriotic music India. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, is that a good Montreal, Canada? Montreal, Canada? Motherfucker. Dude, it's fucking over. Dude, it's over. Montreal, Canada? Oh, no. Oh, dude, we're cooked. Okay, is this a good volume? Can you guys hear me while I talk, while I have the Indian music going on? Can you hear me? Cooked. Anyways, no, but like basically, I actually am worried about a draft. Because like, the thing is, right, during the Iraq war, like, people were hyped to go do it. You gotta understand, right? Like, the American public, like, we hadn't caught on to the bit yet. Like, not at all. I was a kid when Iraq happened. I was a baby when the first. No, I wasn't alive yet when the first Iraq 1995 happened. I was born 99. So first Iraq happens, and then I was born 99. So I was around for the second Iraq war. When we say Iraq war, we're largely referring to the second one. I was alive for that. I was a kid, and then grew up, and that was kind of in the background of my life. And so like I knew a lot of veterans and military people because of my family. And so like, you know, that was going on when I was a kid. And so like, you have to remember, back then, people were hyped. Like, they were like, yes, we absolutely want to go to war in Iraq because 9/11 happened. And people were like super, super hyped about Iraq. And so, you know, like, people were really, really hyped about the Iraq war. And they were like, yeah, we're patriotic. They attacked us. We need to go defeat these dirty, you know, whatever. And so they managed to whip up the American public into patriotic support. So much so, like, it was like stupid shit. Like, they had like WWE plot lines about this shit. Do you guys remember Freedom Fries? You guys remember that? You guys remember that? Hold on. This was a whole fucking thing that happened. It got to the whole patriotism got to a point where like several restaurants stopped selling French fries and started calling them Freedom Fries because they were like, that's not American enough. Like, it was a weird fucking time to be an American, okay? And so, like, getting soldiers to go into Baghdad, into Fallujah, into even then the Afghan war, that wasn't hard because men were signing up for it. They were like, yes, I want to go fight this war. Now we live in 2026. We live in the modern day, and like most men out here, especially men my age, like most men do not like Israel. It's not even about they don't want to go to war for Israel. They like actively dislike Israel. They actively want to go to war against Israel. And so being able to staff the military on that is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to do. And getting the military that's on staff right now to follow orders is going to be difficult to do. So that's a whole conversation that we haven't had yet, but there's going to be some difficulty. There's going to be some difficulty. So I don't know, man. Anyways, let's talk to the chat. Stream's winding down. Folks, how we doing tonight? What's going on? Dumbass, Netanyahu's alive. What do you mean can we get to the topic? We already got to the topic. He's alive. we already got to that topic. He is alive. Netanyahu is alive. I made a whole clip about it today on Instagram. Matter of fact, you know what? We'll watch my clip. How about that? Well, that'll... Oh, no, that's not where I'm looking to go. Where am I looking to go? Oh, I posted on X. Hold on. This was funny. Okay, anyways, hold on. I posted it earlier. Here we go. Yeah, I posted this. Okay, we'll watch this. This is my clip on it, okay? So I don't have to fucking repeat it. We can just watch the clip I made about it.
אני מת על קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי. איך הם מתנהגים, פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות?
No, unfortunately, he is still with us. I would love to say that this is AI or aliens or what have you, but let's look at the political situation and then we can analyze this. If Iran had actually managed to get rid of Netanyahu, they would have immediately publicized it. If Iran managed to lightly scratch Netanyahu, they would have immediately publicized it because it would give them justification to bring the United States into a full-on Iraq-style ground war, something that they very clearly want. We have it all but confirmed that that day in October you keep hearing about was most likely known to Israeli intelligence prior to it happening. And yet, they let their own people get caught up in that because it would give them justification for a Gaza war. And so having the sitting prime minister taken out by a foreign power, that is the ultimate justification for war. However, what this video can show us is something a little more important. See, this is very clearly staged. Like, a guy who's the head of state in the middle of a hot war is not going to be walking to a coffee shop in Tel Aviv. This is very clearly
he's so
staged.
handsome.
There's no food behind him. And what this shows us is that clearly they're not doing well. Like, clearly Iran is proving itself to be a formidable opponent. If they were winning, he would have been doing press conferences. He would have been out in public and he would have been speaking about it. You can see that again during their attacks on Lebanon and during the initial attacks on Gaza. They were doing well to a point where he could go to a press conference without any issue. Okay, so do you fucking get it? Like, do you get it? Do I have to re-explain that? Like, do you guys get it? Okay, like he's alive. Like, if he was dead, we would have heard about it the minute it happened. So no, he is alive, most likely. I mean, again, I could be wrong. Whoa, I got Well, did this do well? Oh, okay, 22K is not bad. I'm just going. I haven't checked my notifications while I've been here. This one's yo guys, buy early, okay? Get it on the ground floor on this one. Invest early. I think this is gonna be a banger tweet. This shit was funny. Anyways, okay, enough of that. Let me go back to the stream here. Okay. All right. Oh, folks, how we doing? Talk to me, man. As we're winding down here, I'm just gonna talk to the chat. I would do like a super chat section, but I'm still new. I'm not big enough where I have super chats really yet. So I can't really do like a super chat section. So I'm just gonna talk to the chat. But if I start getting super chats, I will stop talking to the chat and I'll start talking to the super chats. Because, you know, it's the money. I love the money. I mean, come on. Hello, Goyam. You can see here, Goyam. Be sure to send your super chats in, Goyam. I'll read the super chats for you, Goyam. You forgot to talk about your Tourette's. I'm not going to do a fucking disclaimer every time I have a stream. What do you mean? I did it the first stream. I think it's established now that I have Tourette's. Like, what do you want me to do? How much do you read per day? Depends on what you fucking count as reading. Reading books, not as much as I should. Unless they're from undergroundcanon.com. Be sure to get your books at undergroundcanon.com using code Vrillium. Get your No, I don't have time to be doing that, so I don't read as much as I should. But if you're talking about like reading like research like on the internet, like fucking online, a lot. I read a lot. Reading tweets, I read a lot of fucking tweets. What else we got here? Thoughts on how shitty radio popular? That's real. Well, there's a reason for that. Okay, let me actually. This is a topic I can speak on. So little background on me for those who don't know anything about my past. Which, if you don't know anything about my past, keep it that way. It's not very savory. I get a lot of shit for my past, but hey, man, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Anyways, so like I was in a series of like punk bands and stuff like that, and I actually music was my thing for a very long time, and so I actually went to college for audio engineering. The reason why I know how to produce all this stuff is because I went to college for production. I specifically majored, though, like concentration-wise, in audio engineering. Which, if you think about it, is kind of funny because out of all the things in my content, the thing of lowest quality is the audio. Because I haven't sprung the money for like a better audio setup. Isn't that funny? Anyways, point being, I went to college for audio engineering. And so my initial plan for my life 10 years ago was I thought I would be working in a recording studio as an audio engineer. Obviously, that industry has kind of exploded, so I decided instead to be an anti-Semite. I don't fucking know, whatever. Basically, I didn't go that route. But I know a lot about music, and I know a lot about the production of music, and I know a lot about the production of whatever. Aaron Wolf sends $10 gefilte fish. You ever try? I've had gefilte fish. It's not good. You ever try it? It's really gross, but I've had it. But basically, right? Something to note about music these days, that the reason why music sounds the way it sounds is because right now the focus is short form content. That's what it is. So there's two avenues that the average pop artist is going right now. There's the lyrical trend and the background trend. What do I mean by that? So they've noticed the best way to move records, the best way to get streams is to either have your song be a TikTok trend where the words get used. So I don't know, what's a good example of that? Fucking who's that chick? Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso or whatever, you know, that song that she did. And there's the I'm working late because I'm missing, that one? That's a great example of a lyrical one, okay? So they made that very clearly recognizing, okay, we'll give it a 4 on the 4 beat, and we'll make the lyrics where it can be used as a TikTok sound, okay? That's one type. Then there's the background music type, where they're making music specifically to be the background music of what have you. So, like of a TikTok or an ASMR video. And that stuff, very low drums, lots of instrumentals. And so basically they're orienting the music towards being in TikToks, being in Instagram. And so that's why the music sounds like shit, because it's not music you would listen to. It's music that you would put on videos. And so this is why music sounds like that these days, as opposed to being good. Let me pull up this. Speaking of music, I forgot. This isn't really Indian. I want Indian music. Hold on. Yeah, I want Bollywood, hold on. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm saying, bro. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see what the chat says. Hold on. I think people on both sides took your scandal way too seriously. Anyone old enough to have a MySpace has a photo they want gone. That's what I'm fucking saying, bro. Hold on. You're absolutely right. So, I didn't want to talk about this on YouTube because I kind of noticed the YouTube people don't know about it. But yes, okay. So, a little while back, it's funny, I'm listening to Indian music. So, basically, here's the story that happened. So, forever ago, okay, I got into it with basically the entire continent of India. What do I mean by that? Okay. So I basically went and I tweeted a bunch about India and H-1B visas and just whatever, and just kind of making fun of India, as I do. Okay. As I do. And this very quickly made its way onto Indian Twitter, and they were fucking coming for me. They were pissed. Actually, you know what? I have a video on this. You know what? Why am I telling you this part? I can just show you the video on it. I shit you not, I got 2 million views. Mind you, my Twitter had 5K at the time. They were not happy. Where is it? Oh, did I not post it here? No. What? No, I had to. Did I not? What? Oh, that I absolutely should post it. It was so fucking funny. Wait, hold on. That video was so funny. Hold on. Who's Loki on the Habadi list? That's funny. I'll answer that in a second. I have to really go deep in here to find it. Hold on. So basically, I pissed off the Indian subcontinent in a meaningful way. Okay, they were not happy with. I'm probably not going to find it. It's fine. I'll just tell the story. So I pissed off the Indian subcontinent. They were not happy. It is what it is. So basically, a group of Indian internet people got together. They went digging on me, and they found an old Twitter account of mine from when I was still on drugs and when I was in college. And they basically found an old Twitter account of mine when I was a leftist. I hadn't come to Jesus Christ, and I was a drug addict. And you can imagine describing that as the background, a Twitter account of me on drugs without Jesus in college, and I'm 18, so a decade ago. Picture in your mind what was on that Twitter account. That's what they found. And, it was fucking embarrassing. And so, they found it. So I did a photo shoot I was in a band and I did a photo shoot where I dressed up as a lady. Mind you, I did not dress up as a lady and like, you know, I don't think I can show the photo. It's a little risque, but I have this photo. I was in a band and I did this like Kurt Cobain-esque photo shoot. You ever seen this photo of Kurt Cobain? Hold on. I actually can pull this up. Yeah, I did this like, so if you ever seen this photo, I can, there you go. You ever seen this photo of Kurt Cobain? We did a photo shoot of me like this, basically. And whatever. And that was and this was, mind you, like a decade ago. And so I did that. I was 18. I did this stupid little photo shoot. And it was like, you know, listen, was it cringe? Was it zesty? Yeah. But like, fucking harmless, okay? It's totally fucking harmless. But of course, what happens? I post that, and then all of a sudden, every Israel shill, every Indian, everybody who has a problem with me took that photo, and it was on the front page of X for like a week. And they were, oh my God, this is William. He's secretly transgender. He's secretly a crossdresser. He in the nighttime, he does drag shows, and they just made a whole fucking story out of it. And so that was my scandal that happened a while back. And so, you know, to this day, people will post that photo and be like, oh, trying to make fun of me. Me personally, I don't fucking care. Who's texting me? I was wondering if it's, I was like, oh, is it going to be my boss? And he's like, oh, don't talk about it. No, because I don't care, because it was like, whatever, dude. And so that was the bit. And so I did a whole video on my Twitter. It's actually on my Twitter where I talk more about it. And I explained my life and explained that, yeah, I had a drug problem. I was just like kind of a party boy, punk rock type. I was a liberal. I was, you know, sexually liberal. I was all that stuff. I mean, I was fucking 18. I was living in New Jersey, like all this shit. And so, you know, it is what it is. And so that was the whole scandal. Now, most people saw it and were like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, who gives a fuck, you know? But yeah, and anyone who's my detractor, that's like the first thing they go to. If I, like, it's like how Nick Fuentes had his whole cat boy thing. And now people who don't like Nick Fuentes, they say, oh, well, remember this time fucking, you know, 5 years ago when you hung out with that guy who was a cat boy? It's like that. They bring that up to try and debunk my points, which, mind you, they never actually debunk my points, because my points are true, which is that there is a contingent in our government that is explicitly and expressly Jewish that is occupying our government effectively and working in our government on behalf of their own interests, those interests being the state of Israel and the general Jewish community at large, as they are around the world. And so you'll never hear somebody debate me on that. All you'll hear is somebody go, oh, well, you're a fucking cross-dresser, you're crazy, blah, 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 blah. You'll never hear them debunk me on saying that. If that gives you any indication as to what my political positions are. Basically, this is my life. Are you still with your Palestinian wife? We never got married, but kind of. Yeah, people also figured that one out about me. Okay, yeah, all right. If we're ending this stream with the Vrilliam talks about his personal life, okay, we can talk about my personal life a little bit, because you guys have been good sports and you've listened, whatever. What is your... I don't have an issue with Rocco Polish. Yo, hold on. Let me actually... Before I answer the super chat, let me answer that. Rocco fucking Polish. Fuck this guy. He's a total grifter. What do I mean by that? He and I were mutuals for a while, and I liked his initial content. He was talking about good stuff, whatever. This asshole, because I blew up on Instagram and he didn't have many followers on Instagram. I think he still only has like what? He's like sub 60, I think. Hold on. First off, he's like middle-aged. He's like grown. That's number one. Number two, okay, he said 73. This asshole, he saw that people were getting clicks off of coming for me. And so he comes for me. As you do. He fucking came for me. And like, it's one thing to make jokes at me. It's one thing. But the guy comes at me and is like trying to like nuke my audience. He's like trying to nuke my audience to like take my audience. And so I reach out and I'm like, hey man, like what the fuck? Like your bio says Jesus is king. And you talk all the time about how, oh, you're a fucking crusader. Oh, you're the Polish crusader. You're going to fucking save Europe with your fucking commentary and your Polish accent. You're going to save Europe. And I'm like, if you believe in the redemptive power of Jesus Christ, like, why are you digging up my sins from a decade ago to throw in front of the public? Like, Jesus Christ literally tells you not to do that. How can you address the splinter in your brother's eye and not the plank in yours? Like, he literally... it literally says that. It says that in the Bible. And he's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You can't be you can't be a leader in the movement with that kind of past. And I was like, excuse me. First off, I'm not trying to be a leader in any movement. What fucking movement are you talking about? You're in Poland. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You want to go talk about Polish? You can be a leader in Polish politics all you fucking want. I want nothing to do with that. Second, like, it's so shameless. Like, you don't actually believe in the redemptive power of Jesus Christ. And, like, I believe in the redemptive power of Jesus Christ. And even I have enough fear of the cross and fear of the power of Jesus Christ and fear of my unworthiness as a sinner, as we all are, to not make Jesus content. But this guy, he's selling mugs with the fucking Crusader cross on it. It's like, dude, you're a fucking shill. That's bullshit. You don't actually believe in this shit. He's like any other of these fucking Poles out here who like go to church on Easter and then claim up and down when it's advantageous to them. Oh, well, I'm a crusader. Jesus is king. Jesus is king until it's uncomfortable, right? Is that what it is? Jesus is king until it's time to forgive the Sadducees. Jesus is king until it's time to forgive. Now that's uncomfortable. All of a sudden, you're as fucking pagan as the rest of them. Get the fuck out of here. What do you expect from these fucking Poles, dude? Like, get the fuck out of here. And so, yeah, I don't have an issue with him. I did not go for him. I was following him. I would repost his stuff. But he's a fucking grifter. He saw, oh, I could get some clicks off of fucking going after him. And so he did it. He went after me. It's like, you don't give a fuck about this stuff. You don't care. You don't care about Jesus Christ. You don't care about any of this shit. You want clicks. Because if you look at him, he's like a middle-aged man in Poland. Like, yeah, okay, I bet, you know what? Next time if you want, you really need clicks like that, you really need money, give me a fucking call. I'll Venmo you. I can get you some euros. Okay? I can get you some euros. Just give me a call. We don't got to do the beef. Give me a call. I'll get you some euros. Okay? Give me a call. I can maybe I can get some Albanians to come by. You can start a little landscaping business, fucking whatever. Give me a call. We can get you some money, okay? We don't got to do this whole fucking back and forth about this shit, okay? You don't got to come for me and like debase yourself and literally defy the word of Jesus Christ and risk your eternal soul in heaven. Just give me a call, okay? Drop your Venmo. What are we doing? Like, life, the fucking standard of living in Poland's not that expensive. Like, for $500, I could have you chilling for like a good month, okay? Just give me a call. We don't got to do this shit. Ridiculous. Anyways, fuck this guy. But I will say, and listen, this is why I don't talk about faith, is because I believe myself to be an unworthy sinner. I believe that most people are, and I don't have my bishop's blessing to apologize and to be an apologetics guy. But I'll say this, like, I believe in redemption and forgiveness. If he reached out to me and said, I'll even fucking say this. If Rocco Polish reached out to me and he said, didn't even say sorry, and he just said, hey man, let's be cool. It's done. It's forgiven. You're good. You're good. You don't even got to say sorry. I've already forgiven you. In Jesus' name, I've already forgiven you. In Jesus' name, I've already forgiven you. Because that's the way it should be. Because if you actually believe, like your fucking bio says, Christ is king, you talk to me, say, hey man, let's be cool. You don't even got to apologize. Just say, hey man, let's be cool. There's no point. We're both Christian men, apparently. It's cool. In Jesus' name, he's forgiven. In Jesus' name, I swear, he's forgiven. In Jesus' name, hold me to that. I don't hold grudges with people. I don't do that. I'm not the type of guy. I don't like fighting with people. I don't like holding grudges with people. I'm not that kind of guy. In Jesus' name. But that's enough about that. I don't like to talk about faith too much. I don't. Because like I said, I'm not a Christian influencer. I'm not a trad influencer. I'm me. I'm Vrillium, okay? Like, that's not who I am. I'm an influencer who's Christian. I'm not a Christian influencer, okay? I'm not here to sell you mugs with the Crusader cross on it and tell you how to pray the rosary. That's not me. Because I'm not worthy to do that. Lord Jesus Christ, forgive me. I'm not that kind of guy. Anyways, can you I actually was thinking about doing that. The problem is this, okay? The pre-Nick time slot. I have thought about that. Here's the problem. My production schedule is fucking crazy. So I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? To edit and to film. So I wake up at 4. This is my studio here, okay? So let me know where we are for those who don't know. I live in my studio. I live here, okay? So I purposely rented out the whole basement of a building near Manhattan. And I turned it into a studio, and then I have a bed in my bedroom over there. So this is my studio, okay? This is the set that I have for actually filming, okay? This is my studio. And so I live in it. My thought process being this, okay? If I live in my work, I'll do my work. And so that's why I do it. And so I live in my work, I do my work. And I'm not a very flashy guy. I'm a very minimalist kind of guy. I don't need a penthouse. I don't need a Bugatti. I'm like, I want to be with my work. I like to work. I like to make content. It's what I like to do. And so I wake up piss early. I make coffee. I have a little like kitchenette here. I make coffee and I film. And that's when I film stuff like the Chabad video, okay? And then I spend like the whole fucking day editing it, editing clips, editing whatever. And then I get the video out by 6 p.m. and I'm usually done working the first shift, as I call it, by like 8 o'clock. I take a nap, I wake up, and then I'm working again until like midnight. So my sleep schedule is fucking cooked. I work a lot, okay? I like to make content. And so it's kind of difficult for me to be like, okay, I'll do a stream in the middle of the week in the pre-Nick time slot because I'm usually editing. I'm usually working. But I guess like, I could do like a editing stream. Would you guys watch that though? That's the question. Would you watch me sit and edit these videos? Because if you would watch that, then yeah, we could do that. Yes, never Vance. You're absolutely right. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put the chat on the screen so people can see what we're talking about here. Hold on. Let me go to here. And then we'll put this like on the front of the screen. And then I need something to go here. What should I put here? What do I put here, guys? You know what we'll put? Hold on. I need something to put here. Let me know what I should put. No, you know what? We're gonna put Rebbe Schneerson right here. There we go. Okay. And then hold on. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to make this work. Hold on. Can I do like that? And then, okay, here we go. Okay. And then we'll put this like right here for the end of the stream. Okay, here we go. Oh, put the Ollie picture? Okay, hold on. I can do that too. Hold on. And then we'll put Ollie. Okay, this will be all right. This will be the end of the stream. Okay, so anyways, let's see what's going on here. What's going on in the chat? Subway Surfer clip. Yo, you guys fucking need that. I ain't watching that respectfully. why do you keep saying debate Sneeko? What the fuck would I debate Sneeko on? Was this in the question? What would I debate Sneeko on? What would I debate him on? We agree. We don't like Israel. What the fuck would I debate Sneeko on? What are you talking about? Debate Sneeko on what? We agree. Sneeko's brown. Yeah, okay, I'll debate him on the fact that he's brown. What are you talking about? What the? Oh yeah, debate Sneeko. He's brown. On what? Okay, so Sneeko, why are you brown? Have you thought about not doing that? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, let's see. Andre Williams is I don't know who that is. NY versus NJ. Obviously NJ. That's not even a fucking question. Are you kidding me? Debate on who hates. I hate Israel more. I do. I know that I do. And I don't think he would denote that. What drugs for you in rehab for? Okay, first off, don't ask people that question. I am like chipper and I'm like, I can roll with the punches. Future reference, don't ask people that question. That's not a polite question. But I can take it on the shoulder. But no, I'm not getting into that. I've spoken about it before. I'm not gonna fucking answer that though. What's your opinion on Tucker? I don't know what my opinion on Tucker is. I think he's doing good stuff. I'll say this. I think Tucker is doing good stuff, but I don't know why he's doing it. That's the take. That is the take that we should have in 2026. I like what Tucker's doing. I don't know why he's doing it. And so I don't fully trust why he's doing it. I don't know. I don't know why he's doing it. What general area of NJ? Fucking nice try, Mossad. Nice try. What area of NJ? Nice fucking try, Ben Shapiro. You're not getting me today, asshole. Nice try. Oh, what part of New Jersey do you live in? What's your address? Do you leave your windows open at night? If a drone came into your house, would you question it? Nice fucking try, buddy. You have to try harder than that next time. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's see. Yeah, I don't like dark mode. I don't like it. I'm not a dark mode kind of guy. Do you have any interest in Orthodox eschatology? I mean, you had to study it in catechism. I went through catechism and was baptized. So, you know, you have to study that. Granted, you don't get like super into it. I mean, obviously in Orthodoxy, like, you know who talks about, I don't want to get into a new topic, but if you want to, maybe next time we'll talk about it, but if you want, a great, sorry, I just burped into the mic. My apologies. If you want a really good, like resources on that, Death to the World, if you're familiar with that, Death to the World is really good. Just all the stuff from Friar Seraphim Rose was great. All the stuff from Alaska is great. The OCA is great. I like the OCA. I hope it expands. I kind of spend my time between an OCA church and a Greek church, but I love the OCA. Thoughts on Gypsy Crusader and Super Hot Fire's fight? If you watch that, you're goyim. I'm sorry. Like, no shade to Gypsy Crusader. He seems great. He's from New York. I don't agree with him on like a lot. I'm not really that like racially exclusionary, but he's funny. I think he's hilarious, whatever. I will say though, if you sat for 3 hours to watch him fight Super Hot Fire, you're a goyim. I'm sorry. Like that's goyim behavior. Like I've said it before about Clavicular. Clavicular, we have mutual friends. He seems like a very nice guy. He seems like a great dude. Love what he's doing. If you sit for fucking 4 hours and watch Clavicular go to the club and do cocaine, you are a goyim. You're a goyim. Like, that's goyim behavior. I'm sorry. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. 4 hours you sit and watch this guy go to the club, and do cocaine for 4 hours. You are you're a goy. Like that's peak goy behavior. You might as well just sit with a bottle of high fructose corn syrup and just drink it. Like that is peak peak goy behavior. I'm sorry. Fatima here. I'm curious to know what were your resources for your Sunni Shia knowledge. I studied the Quran at a Turkish like Quran retreat forever ago. That's not a bit. I'm not doing a bit there. I actually did that. So like, hold on. This is some deep me knowledge. Okay. So there was where I used to live. Okay. There was a fucking, what's called a dervish. Okay. It's a Turkish thing. It's like basically a monastery, but for Muslims. Okay. And so I'm obviously an Orthodox Christian. I hadn't converted to Orthodoxy at the time, but I was a Christian. And I didn't believe in Islam. I wasn't a Muslim, and I didn't consider, I wasn't into that. But I wanted to go and I wanted to know, and maybe it was part of me like looking for God. I don't know, whatever. And so I was like, I should give this a fair shot. And I was living near it. So I went for like 3 months and just like studied the Quran there. Cause like you can do that. Like, and it's free. They just like let you do that. And they feed you. And I was in college, or like I had just gotten out of college. I just gotten out of rehab. And so I was broke and I wanted free food. And they'll feed you if you go and you listen to them talk about the Quran for an hour. And so I would go and I would do it. It's actually why to this day I have some of the Quran memorized. I can recite Surah Al-Fatiha from memory still. In Arabic. I don't know what it means in English. I forgot what it means in English. But I can recite it in Arabic. Fun fact about me. I can do that. But I don't believe in it. I'm not a Muslim. Obviously, I'm a Christian. I wasn't convinced by it. But you can't say I didn't give it a fair shot. You can't say I didn't give it a fair shot. And that's because I'm of the mindset of like, this is my eclectic fucking life. So I basically am of the belief, I believe that words hold a lot of power. Words hold a lot of power. And we say things often without realizing it. And so when I say to you, I am an Orthodox Christian, what am I saying to you? I'm obviously saying that, yes, I am an Orthodox Christian, but I'm also directly saying I am not a Catholic. I am not Jewish. I am not an atheist. I'm saying a negative to all these things. And so how can I definitively say to you, I am not a Muslim if I have not studied what they believe? Because that's ignorance. And I don't want to be ignorant. I pride myself on being very intelligent. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go fucking study what they believe. And so I went and studied it. And I wasn't convinced, but I gave it a shot. And then I just memorized Al-Fatiha because it was part of what they did. And it's still in there. Jesus is God. Lord, forgive me, for reciting the words, but fucking Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Idina sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayri al-maghdubi alayhim wal-dallin. My pronunciation's terrible. I haven't done it in forever, but yeah, I have it memorized to this day. What else is going on here? I said before, I'm a complicated individual, okay? I have a weird life. I'm a complicated individual, okay? My family's very rich, and I have a weird life, okay? I'm a weird fucking guy. I've traveled a lot. I've done a lot of things. I'm a weird guy. Like, I'm William, motherfucker. Like, I'm a weird fucking dude, okay? I'm weird. I've lived a weird fucking life. I don't work. I've been fired from every job I ever had. I'm not a normal fucking guy, okay? I'm fucking weird. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say the Ameen because I don't believe in it, because I'm not a Muslim. I do agree with that. Well, actually, let me pull the chat back up on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm still getting the hang of like handling the OBS. Hold on. Yeah, I like biblical English. I agree. Biblical English is way better. Talk Yiddish. Yiddish is just German. Actually, if you know any German, you can speak some Yiddish. If you say, ich bin, I don't know, fucking, ich bin ein Yidkopf, und eine Mensch, aber ich bin eine Goyim. Or ich bin auch Goyim. Ich bin auch Goyim would be I am not a Jew. That's Yiddish. It's just German. Bro, stop asking about, I'm not married. I don't have a wife. I'm not married. I've said, dude, I've talked, you motherfuckers are so weird about my personal life, okay? Yes, I'm not single-ish. I have a lady in my life, but it's not, I don't divulge the details of that relationship. It's weird. I'm a complicated individual, okay? It's not for discussion. Because, like, I live a very interesting life. I've done a lot of cool shit. I'm very smart. My family's very wealthy. Glory be to God. But I have a lot of fucking baggage, okay? I did some weird shit, okay? And so, you know, like, I lived my life and I was on drugs and shit. I have some fucking baggage. So that makes interpersonal relationships kind of hard to do. So I'm working on it, okay? That's my personal life. I'm not going to get into that too much, but doesn't sound very Christian. Well, that's what, okay, yeah, I'm an Orthodox Christian, but I struggle with it. I do. I struggle with sin. I struggle with all that. Yeah, of course. That's why I don't consider myself a Christian influencer. It's because, yeah, I have no fucking ground to stand around and be like, oh, well, here's how you be a better man. I'm still figuring that shit out. I don't fucking know. Don't talk to me about, oh, William, how do I be a better Christian man and a better husband? I wish I knew. I don't fucking know. What else is going here? I just bought a Zoroastrian. I went to a Zoroastrian temple. That was actually part of that same story I was telling you about. So I used to live in an area, there's only 2 Zoroastrian temples in America, and I used to live next to one. Little fun fact about my lore. And so, actually, you know what? I'll pull up a photo. For those who don't know, Zoroastrianism is a very old-ass religion. So, yeah, this is it. This is the fucking one I lived near. This was the one, I think. Yeah, Braille. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is the one. So Zoroastrianism is the original Persian religion, okay? So, like, before the Muslims took over, this was their religion. They're very small now, because obviously most Persians are Muslim, but ancient religion, actually, if you read the Bible, the wise men, the Magi in the Bible that come to Jesus as a baby, they were Zoroastrians. And now, popular misconception, their temples are called fire temples, okay? Popular misconception, they don't worship fire. I know it looks like they do. You see that little thing right there? That's a big fire that they burn and they say their prayers around. I know it kind of looks like they're worshiping the fire, but they're not, actually. The fire is symbolic of their god entity, which is this monotheistic entity called Ahura Mazda, which is like Persian for like almighty god or whatever. And so that is their thing. They don't worship the fire. They just pray around the fire, and the fire represents, whatever. And so that's Zoroastrianism. And so I went to their temple and I saw their service one time, and it was cool. I mean, obviously, I believe in salvation, in the church, and obviously I want people to go to heaven and all that, but I do think it's cool. I think in a world, if they could be Christian but still have that, maybe even incorporate it into their religious services. I don't know. It's a cool history that exists, but I don't know. Lord of mercy. I don't know. What else are people saying? It's not a sin if they're ugly. Oh my goodness. Okay. What about Pat Buchanan? What are you talking about? I love Pat Buchanan. Actually, matter of fact, fucking speaking of Pat Buchanan, everybody, I probably should use this as some time to plug. Have I been to the website on here yet? I don't think I have. plasticradicals.com. If you would like to get any of my fun fucking merch, one of my merch pieces is this Pat Buchanan mug. It's a photo of Pat Buchanan, and it says white excellence. Oh, did I take it? I think I took it off the store, but because no one was buying it because it's kind of a niche joke, but I'll put it back up if you want to buy it. I have one. Hold on. I asked my assistant to come bring it. Hold on. Okay, if you would like, I actually have one. I have one of the sample products. If you would like to get yourself, you know what? I'll put this. Let me put this on big screen so you can see it. Okay, if you would like to get yourself, it's a good quality mug. It's a fucking mug with a picture of Pat Buchanan that says "White Excellence." If you want to get yourself one of these, I think they're like $25. That's the mug. I'll put it here. There you go. If you want to get yourself a Plastic Radicals mug. Bring the Palestinian on stream and we're not married. If I was married, I'd have a ring. People are asking my personal life because people are parasocial, but maybe she's not a public person. Maybe one of these days she's not a public person. Okay, we don't do that. But listen, enough. My personal life is fucking complicated enough. Stop asking about it. Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. Who the fuck is Jonathan Bowden? I don't know who the fuck. Why are you yelling at me? I don't know who that is. Why are you? If I don't answer your chat about somebody, it's because I probably don't know who they are. Who the fuck is who is this? Who is this Jonathan Bowden? Who the fuck is that? Jonathan Bowden. Who the fuck is Jonathan Bowden? Oh, this guy. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I like him. Yeah. I know this guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've heard his speeches. Okay, all right. That's my bad. I don't remember his name. You have to remember, guys. I'm an American. Okay, I'm not fully tapped into fucking British politics. I have a book here actually from undergroundcanon.com. Use code Vrillium. I have the book on Oswald Mosley. Yes, of course she's a Palestinian Christian. I'm not gonna date a Muslim. I'm certainly not gonna marry one. That'd be crazy. Also, yeah, the women. Muslim women, they can't marry. Okay, can you fucking stay there, please? No, stop it. Am I gonna have to take this off my set? Did I just fuck this up? How the fuck did you get in here? Hold on, how the fuck? Hold on, we have a guest, hold on. Come here, hold on, no, come say hi to the people. Hold on, we have a guest just joined us in here. Come here. Can you come here? Why are you standing? Okay, I don't want to have to get up. Hold on. No, don't. I want. Hold on. Come here. You want to come and interrupt my fucking stream? Oh shit! Hold on. I gotta change my. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to... Can you not run away, please? Stay, asshole. There he is. Rejoice. Embrace the new king. All right, go. That is my cat. That's my cat. St. John the Baptist. That's his full name. On his vet documents, that's his full name. St. John the Baptist. That's my cat. Hold on, let me... Okay, here we go. He is a low IQ cat. He's an idiot. He's a total idiot. He's an idiot. He just likes to break stuff. His new favorite activity is sitting on my laptop, my very, very expensive laptop, that I edit my videos with that cost like $5,000. He likes to fucking sit on it and like damn near knock it over and try to break it. He's like the dumbest cat in the world, but I love him to death. He's a great cat. Yeah, I don't shock the cat. No, I don't shock the cat like Hassan Piker. Buy him a fake laptop. For what? What is he going to do? This guy doesn't do fucking business. This guy doesn't need a laptop. What am I going to get him a laptop for? This fucking guy, he's too stupid to do taxes and fucking... I'm not getting him a fucking laptop. I'm not doing that shit. Put a 1 in the chat if William should give me more schmeckles. Motherfucker, you get too much. Where are my sponsors, Cam? This motherfucker is taking a cut out of my fucking AdSense, and I haven't gotten any sponsors yet. You're fleecing me for money. Give me some fucking sponsors, then we can talk about the percentage that you get, motherfucker. Ridiculous. I don't think it's about the laptop. I think he's just an asshole. That's what you have to understand. I don't think he sits on the laptop because it's like he sees me using it. I think he's just an idiot. Like, he's just kind of dumb. You know? Like, he's just, like, as a cat, he's just kind of stupid. And, you know, like, I love him, but, like, yeah, he's just kind of dumb. Oh, well, don't look at my analytics. But, yeah, he's just kind of stupid, you know? Where was I? Hold on, wait. Give me... Okay, there we go. Yeah, am I doing my Twitch where I do the vocal Twitch? I'm sorry. One of my vocal Twitches, tics, whatever, with my Tourette's is this vocal fry where I go like, that's one of my tics. I apologize. Yeah, you're just gonna have to get used to it. I'm sorry. That's one of my tics. I do that. But what else is saying? I am a front end dev. Ugh. Good fucking luck, buddy. Oh my god. Oh, if you're a front end dev, dude. Holy shit. Good luck, man. You ever you have any experience plumbing? That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Hey man, God bless you. I'm hoping that it works. White Groiper says Assalamu alaikum. I'm starting to think you're not white. Just being honest, buddy. What was your face? Cam, what the fuck? What's your problem, man? What else is going on here in chat? Give me like good, you guys are giving me lame questions. Give me something good. I want to talk to y'all. Thoughts on Jeb Baugh and Jeb Bush? Jeb Bush, I don't know what Jeb Bush is up to, but Jeb Baugh is part of our network. He is, right? Oh, wait, okay. Cam's asking that question. Okay, yeah, he's part of our network. He's one of our guys. And he went super viral recently, which pissed me off. Totally pissed me off. Don't get me wrong, he deserves it. He's funny. He's great. Good kid. But it pissed me the fuck off because I was like, what the fuck? I use the same hashtags. I make the same type of content. And my videos have been getting nuked in the algorithm, so I don't even know. Oh, he's not part of Cam? Why not? Did we ask him? I don't know. When did you start wanting to make political content? That is a good question. So I've talked about this before, the origin of Vrillium, the origin of all this stuff. So I did do I guess I didn't do like a full history of South Africa. So basically, I was working as an editor. So to note about me, I love production. That's my thing. I love production. I love making stuff. I love editing. Like my favorite part of this job, funny enough, isn't even the filming. It's the editing. I love editing. I love it. And so that's my thing. And so I was working here. I'll put myself in full screen. I was working as an editor, actually for some people that you might know. So I was working for Lord Miles. If you ever heard of Lord Miles, I was working for him. And I was working for Jack of all trades. I was working for Ian Byington. I even edited some stuff for Postman. I love editing. And so I was doing that like for money. Not a lot, but I was doing it for money. And so basically, right, that was my bit for a while. And so I was doing a lot of short form editing. The best editing that I do is short form. Granted, I've gotten a lot better at long form, and you can see it in my videos, but I was at that time really kind of just focused on short form. And so I was a really good short form editor. And so I was editing short form and some long form. And I wanted to have a better portfolio of short form content, but none of the guys I was working with, like their short form wasn't that good. Ian Byington makes good short form, and then now Jack of all trades makes good short form. But at the time, it wasn't like algorithm engaging type stuff that I could show to clients. And so I thought, you know what? Actually, I'll pull up the Instagram page. Hold on. So I was like, okay, I'll make my own shit. Like I'll make my own, hold on. Instagram really, oh, here we go. My link tree. Okay. So I'll show you the video that I did that was the big one. Hold on. Where is that? We got to go like deep for this one. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Dude, I'm not doing all that. Okay. If you go on my fucking thing, it's one of my first videos. So basically I said, okay, I'll make like a little clip. Like I'll make some clips and then I'll edit them. And then people can fucking, you know, like I'll be able to show that to people and I'll post them and I'll like post it. And maybe it'll get some views and then I can like show it to people. And they were very innocuous clips. Like they were not about, you know, them. It wasn't about the tribe. It wasn't about them. It wasn't about Israel. It was like about India or some shit like that. And then I made one about the book Camp of the Saints. So like it was right wing, but it was whatever, you know, it was very innocuous. And so I made those clips and posted them thinking it would get at maximum 10K views, maybe. I posted the first clip, 2 million views. I don't know what the fuck was in the water at that time. I don't know what the fuck was in the algorithm. That algorithm, oh my God, rest in peace. That algorithm was awesome. And the content style that I made just worked really well for that algorithm, blew the fuck up. And then once it blew up, I basically made myself unemployable because it blew up and all of a sudden, all of my affiliations, all of my political opinions are now in the public spotlight. And so I had to, I was like, fuck, I guess I have to do this now, which I'm saying, I shouldn't say half. I like doing it and I love it. And I love that people like to listen to me. But yeah, that's basically what happened. And so that's basically what happened. And so that's when I got started. So it was not even a year ago. It was about to be a year ago. You made at least $25 in super chats. Wow. Big money. I'm 33, male, recently divorced. I'm sorry or happy to hear. I guess it depends on your circumstance. If it's bad, I'm sorry to hear. Well, I mean, divorce is never like fun. No one's ever like, oh man, I'm getting divorced. Like, fuck yeah. Divorce is always hard. So, you know, God bless. Like, I'm sorry for that, you know? What happened to marriage? That is a good question. I don't know the answer to. If you know anything about me, about my personal life, divorce is like part of my life. One's in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. One's in the chat if you know why divorce is part of William Sexton's life. Please let me know in the chat below. Holy shit, $50. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, thank you. Oh my God. CT Yankee. Oh, Connecticut Yankee. Dude, holy shit. Stop sending me big money. Holy shit. I appreciate you, dog. Don't dox who you are related to. No, he said it was cool. He said it was fine. I talked to him. I'm not gonna fucking divulge directly, but he has talked about it before. I had a whole conversation because I was like, hey man, my politics, like, are you sure you want people to know that whatever? Anyways, Thank you, though, bro, for the chat, Cam. I just got an ad. I can't help with that, man. But basically, yeah. So thank you. I don't know how to express my gratitude. I wish I had like my guitar or something. I could like do a more interesting bit. But you know, when it comes to divorce in my life, yeah. So like that's kind of a big part of my life, just like on the day to day, especially in my early career. So you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened to marriage. I mean, I think marriage needs to have faith in it. I think it needs to have God. I think marriage without God doesn't make sense to me because what are you doing? Like marriage, as said by Christ, and please, again, I'm not a Christian influencer, but as said by Christ, that, you know, the man and the woman, they become one flesh, right? And this is what Christ has said about marriage. It's actually why legally, when you get married in America, you become one person legally. And actually, I know that because I did one semester at law school. Little fun fact about me. That's a whole video. But anyways, I did a semester at law school. I got kicked out. Anyways, besides the point. So Christ says you become one flesh. And so that to me is what marriage is you become one flesh and you create the family from that. The man and the woman become one and create a family. And so I think a lot of marriage these days is without God. It's very secular, and if you don't have the foundation of God, what do you have? It just falls apart. You don't have it. And so I think that's a big reason. Because couples that go to church together that at least have faith, get married in a religious way, they have a significantly lower divorce rate. Significantly lower. Meanwhile, the median, like average secular divorce rate is like damn near 60%. So I don't know. Are you single? No. Iran will be dude, that's so true. Hold on, let me pull that up for you guys to see. Damn, that hit. Iran will be to us what Afghanistan was the Soviet Union. Fucking true, dude. Fucking true right there. That's so true. We're cooked, bro. That's such a good fucking, you know what? Can I steal that and tweet it? I'm going to, whether or not you say yes, but matter of fact, we're gonna fucking tweet that. That's a great tweet. Okay, hold on, where were we? What else? What country has the lowest divorce rate? It's somewhere in the Muslim world. It's the Muslim world has really low divorce rates, mostly because they don't let you do it. Which is actually funny because Christianity doesn't allow for divorce, but Islam does. In Islam, you can get divorced. It's you override your nikah papers, which are like your marriage papers, but culturally they don't do it. Culturally they're not into it. No, it is legal. You can get divorced. It's part of Islam. You can get divorced, but culturally they don't do it. Does that mean we'll finally balkanize? Don't say finally. That would suck. What the fuck? Saying finally, it's like, oh man, we'll finally get to have all of our skin peeled off? Like, no, that would not be good. Balkanization. I don't want to have to live through the Yugoslav wars, okay? I'm not married yet. I have 3 cats. I don't want to do that. I don't want to die. Anyways, do you game at all? I do. Actually, you know what? This is the computer that I use for that. Let's pull up my beautiful Steam library. So I have 2 games downloaded right now. I have Battlefield 1 and Fallout New Vegas downloaded. But my library is pretty big. I try not to keep things downloaded because I use this obviously for work or whatever. This is where I film for. Actually, you know what? While I have everyone here, let me ask a little favor of you idiots. Hold on. Hold on. Let me actually just do it. I know it's youtube.com/. This is my second channel. If you guys would like to go subscribe, I post, there's like no views. I post little commentaries It's literally just the audio from my other videos, but I cut them down into like a shorter format, like kind of like a highlights format, and then I put it over Battlefield 1 gameplay. Super excited to get into it, but before I personally say, God bless, they couldn't have picked a better guy. I mean, he's a patriot, he's a good dude. And so if you want to check that out, make sure you give that a follow, give that a subscribe. But yeah, basically, that's what it is. Do some Manor Lord stream. Yo, I fucking would. Yo, Dylan6904, you are absolutely right. Manor Lords fucking rules. The problem is, though, I'm not good at it. The game has gotten way too complicated. And actually, I tweeted at because I think I have like equal-ish followers to the Manor Lords account on Twitter. I tweeted at them and said, hey, can you guys make like a simple form? Because when the game was in beta, it was like simpler. And I was good at that. But now it's gotten more advanced and like more autistic. And I'm like, I like some autistic games. I'm not that autistic. Like Hearts of Iron, like Crusader Kings, that shit, Greek to me. I don't even know how to do that. That's a whole other world to me. I don't even know what the fuck is going on there. So I might play it on stream, but I'm not good at it. But Manor Lords fucking rules. I love that game. So good. The creator's awesome. And it deserves way more like fans than it has. Manor Lords are great. It's the best real-time strategy, city builder, whatever game out there. How do I move this from the screen? I don't want that. Okay. You are too comfortable spreading misinformation. Oh, yeah. Manvedra Singh. Yeah, okay. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Yeah. I imagine Manvedra Singh has a lot to say about my opinion on nationalities. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Whatever you say, buddy. Get the fuck out of here. For those who don't know, Singh is that's a Sikh last name. He's a Sikh. Hold on. Stop. Why is it doing that? Stop that. I don't know. Stop that. Okay. Dude, right? Are you worried about CIA going after Tucker? No, because I'm pretty sure Tucker is CIA. Because you have to remember, Tucker is deeply cool with CIA. His father was like CIA royalty. Do we forget that? Like his father was CIA royalty. Like really, really important guy. So I don't think the CIA is going for him because he is in the CIA, dude. Like I don't think they're going for him. I think he's saying that it drives up views. Like it drives up views. You should travel to Europe. I do want to. I do. My family has property in Europe. I don't know where. I've never seen it. I've never been to it, but I know it exists. I know it's there, but I've never been to it. And I have thought about texting my family and being like, hey, can I go see this property in Europe? I don't know what it is. I've never seen it. I don't know if it's nice, but I know that it's there. Actually, Cam, I have a question. Did you do your mission? Where was your mission? Cam, for those who don't know, is Mormon. He I'm not going to say his government name, but he's the guy who runs the network that I'm on. He's Mormon. Where did you do your mission? I actually don't know. Where was your mission? Was in Tacoma, Washington? Are you fucking serious? Hold on. No. Hold on. No. Fuck the name. Your mission was in Tacoma, Washington. Are you fucking serious? Your mission, your grand mission to go travel was in Tacoma, Washington. Like Kai went to Argentina. Motherfuckers go to the Philippines and you got to go to Tacoma, Washington. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh, true. Yeah, epilepsy. True. Okay. Damn, that's I guess it's better than like, here's my question for the Mormons out there. Like, for missions, are there any where like you get given your mission and you're like, fuck, like I don't want to go there? Like, do you guys do missions in Africa? Like, is that a thing? Like, do you guys get like, oh, you have to go do a mission in fucking, you got to go to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and you gotta go do a mission in the Congo. Like, what is that like? Is that like a thing that happens? I'd love to know. That's fucking crazy. Imagine like your friend is like, oh yeah, my mission's in Argentina, my mission's in Japan, like whatever, my mission's in Europe. And then you're like, oh yeah, my mission is in fucking Ghana, bro. Your mission is like in Ghana, like, oh yeah, you have to go to the fucking Democratic Republic of the Congo, a country that just straight up doesn't have a government. And you just get to, oh, can you reject it? Like, can you say no? Oh, okay. Is that common though? Like, if you say, yeah, no, I'm not going to the Congo, would you get shamed? Like, would people be like, oh, he's a bitch? Like, do you get shamed? I don't know. Not common to reject. I imagine. Yeah, that's crazy. Mormons are interesting, man. I think Mormons are interesting. I mean, obviously, I have my opinions on them from the church. I believe in the church. And obviously, you know, the Orthodox Church makes its position on Mormonism very clear. But I have no problem with them as individuals. And I mean, they have faith in God, in something. And, you know, I appreciate that. And they are American. They are arguably far more American than Eastern Orthodoxy. So, you know, I have a lot of love and respect for them as people, as whatever. But obviously I follow the church's line. I relegate most of my political opinions, especially social opinions, to the church. And so, you know, obviously, but I don't have like beef with them. I'm not going to be like, oh, these Mormons. I'm not the type of guy. I never have been. Well, but hold on, H man, that kind of makes sense. You shouldn't send a bunch of like 18-year-old girls. You shouldn't send a bunch of 18-year-old white girls to Ghana. That's not a good idea. You're basically asking for like a ransom situation or like horrific crimes. You don't want to do that. That's not a good idea. So it makes sense that you would send the men to Ghana, to South Africa, and then you'd send the women to Europe. It's not a good idea. Because also, like, Mormon women are like blonde, like they're American women. Like, that's sending that to fucking Ghana is a horrific idea. I understand completely why they wouldn't do that. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. That's a horrible idea. What's the difference between Europe and Ghana? Buddy. I don't think I need to spell that one out for you. I'm not even going to fucking answer that. Opinion on paganism, LARP. Fucking LARP. Paganism is such a LARP. If you are over the age of 15 or like not like and not deeply autistic and you unironically consider yourself a pagan, you're Goyim. You're Goyim. You're not even you're the lowest of Goyim. You're Amalek. You're not even Goyim. You're an Edomite. You're not even Goyim. You are like a fucking Edomite Ammonite. Get the fuck out of here. It's so lame. It's so cringe. You are not a based Viking pagan. You are a guy who didn't like getting dragged to church when you were a kid. Grow the fuck up. That's so fucking lame. That's so lame. I'm not into that. And anybody who's like, oh, well, we're all white. One, I'm not a white nationalist. Two, fuck you. I'm not going to side with pagans. The Bible says don't do that. That's so stupid. That's so fucking stupid. Oh, I'm a based Odinite pagan. Go, like, you need to move out from your parents' house. Like, you are crazy. Like, that's crazy, man. No, but like paganism is the indigenous religion of Europe. Okay, so is like sitting in a bog in Roman Britannia. Like, do you see me doing that, or do I live in a functioning society? Anyways, yeah, it actually is a long stream because, yeah, it's 11:30, which is why I'm packing it up. But folks, let me, as I round this out, because now we're heading off. Hold on one second. Boop, boop, boop. Fucking Indians upstairs. Okay. Folks, thank you for stopping by this stream. If you stayed the whole time, you're a real Vrilliamite. God bless you. Let me know in the chat if you stayed the whole time. If you did, I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it was like worth doing that. If it was a waste of time, I apologize. But folks, I'm going to try weekends. I'm definitely streaming. That's for sure. Saturday, Sunday is streaming. That's absolutely sure. Now, yeah, super chats last call. So if you're into that, last call. Now, again, Saturday, Sunday, I will be streaming. I do want to try and add like pre-America First streaming, because I'll be honest, like my fans, there's a lot of overlap. And obviously Nick Fuentes is a huge streamer. So like if I tried streaming during a Sneeko stream or a Nick Fuentes stream, I'm basically asking to have no viewers. So that like little period before those guys start streaming, I would love to start doing that. But I have to see what my production schedule. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. So I'm going to try. But Saturday and Sunday, I will be on stream. Folks, be sure to tap in tomorrow. I'm doing tomorrow the Talmud video. It's going to be great. I need to film it, but be sure to check it out. It's going to be a great time. Super excited, super looking forward to that. So folks, thank you though for stopping by. And as I always say, folks, God bless you and God bless America.